Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
As the long summer days start to transition to fall, Itawamba Community College will come alive again for its 75th year. For the past 3/4 of a century, ICC, or IJC, has provided a service of quality education to North Mississippi, the region, and beyond. The very essence of ICC lies within the students, faculty, staff, administrators, and a vast number of alumni who refer to ICC as family or simply home. Starting on September 1st, we will begin a year-long celebration to honor the 75th year of the best community college in the state and beyond. We hope you will join us as we reflect on the great memories, friendships, lessons, and accomplishments that this institution has shared with us over its storied history.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Good evening and Roll Tribe, ICC fans. Welcome to Week 2 of the 2022 football season here as your 0-1 ICC Indians are set to take on the 0-1 Gulf Coast Bulldogs in the home opener this evening in Fulton. We're expecting a large crowd to continue to make their way in here to Eaton Field, and a lot of exciting action coming your way tonight here on the ICC Sports Network. I'm Adam Gord, and let's crank up the Davis Ford pregame show and start that countdown to the First American National Bank opening kick by welcoming in, I'm going to call him the brains of this organization, the good doctor, Dr. Brad Boggs, joining me here in the ICC Alumni Association Foundation broadcast booth. We'll be joined later by Mr. Jim Ingram. And Brad, last week, yes, it was last week, you put it behind you to get ready for a very tough Gulf Coast team coming to town tonight here in Fulton.
Yeah, most definitely. That's what you got to do, and and hopefully that's, and I'm sure it is, that's what the team worked on, that's what the coaches worked on this week, is once you get on the bus, of course, yeah, you're discussing, everybody's, discussing whatever. You go back, you look at your game film, your coaches do, you break that down, but then you're also having that automatic discussion with your team that, hey, this is game one. This is game one, all right? We're going back. We're going to put things together. It's also got opening jitters in it. A lot of opening jitters. A lot of athletes who have not hit the field as a college player hit the field, and so it's just there's a lot of emotion, a lot of different transitions that go into play there. So yes, and plus we were playing what Jones was ranked number 14. Yep. So playing the number 14, we go there and play the number 14 ranked team in the nation. Then, as you say, yeah, we draw a tough task. We got a tough Gulf Coast team coming in tonight, normally ranked up in there. And so, they came back. They went to battle. That's what you got to do. If you're the Indians, you come back, you go to battle, and you look at game film, and you start preparing for the next week and put that behind you.
Well, fans, don't forget you can help support ICC by joining the ICC Alumni Association. Simply visit iccms.edu/alumni to find out more. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach Sean Cannon about tonight's matchup as he sat down with Lee Adams earlier this week. You're listening to ICC Football on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM, and you're watching on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the Red Channel. Back with more right after this.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
Why didn't you answer your phone?
You're not gonna believe what just... You bought a Coca-Cola with 0 sugar?
Yeah. Why?
Come on, it has 0 sugar.
Yep. And it's delicious.
I don't believe it.
Just try something new. You'll love it.
This does taste great.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed, attach images to your transactions, apply travel notices to your account, and make person-to-person payments. You can even set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or just to monitor your account balance. The best part is that you can bank anytime, anywhere. At First American National Bank, get that hometown feel, the high-tech touch.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
And welcome back to the Davis Ford pregame show. We're now joined by head coach Sean Cannon. Well, Coach, it's an exciting week. We get our first home game. Got a good Gulf Coast team coming in, of course. But let's talk a little bit about what we can build on from last week, moving into this week, and coming into that exciting atmosphere here in Fulton.
Yeah, we're excited to get to play our first home game in front of our home crowd, band, and our fans and everything, and I guess you go back and look at last week. What can you learn from? Is play better. Just when you have so many kids that are new to college football, and it went from the last 3 weeks of what I've been preaching to them is, it's just different. They all think in their mind that they know how it's going to be, and when they get out there, it's something totally different. And and you can use that as an excuse. No, I mean we did not play very well in either side of the ball, and and so hopefully we learn from the game experience. Hopefully learn from things you can't do, and put yourself in a hole. Hopefully our kids have, and I think they have this week. I think they've have bought into us getting focused on what we need to be focused on, and hopefully our practice this week will hopefully show up in a game against Gulf Coast. But we are excited to get there and not have to pack a bag, and we come right outside our locker room and hang a leg instead of getting on a bus, and so I know our kids are excited for that.
Okay, well, now talking about getting these kids prepared, talk about preparing them for this home atmosphere, because as you know, and all these sophomores know, it's loud, and our fans are here and they're showing out.
Well, it goes back to the same thing. They're not going to know to the experience. Now they've been on the practice field and heard the band, up on their practice field, but not right behind them. Not walking in, and last week, they were in the stands getting ready for their, where they go and sit down doing their little pregame rituals, and so it's nothing you really prepare them for. They have to experience that too, but I think our older kids have kind of told the young ones, this is kind of what it's going to be like and everything, and so hopefully we'll embrace that atmosphere, we'll embrace that home field, and maybe it will give us that extra spark that we need.
Okay, well, let's talk a bit about our opponent tonight in Gulf Coast. They're coming off a loss as well, and they had a hard-fought one up at Northwest where their quarterback, I think he had 2 receivers go over 100 yards, and he had a good night as well. Just talk about some of the challenges that Northwest offense is going to bring to our defense.
Yeah, Gulf Coast, not really familiar opponent. I think the last time we played them was 17, I believe, and and so they have not been around on our schedule here in the last 4, 5, 6 years, and so it's not necessarily a team that we're year in and year out that you're familiar with, but going back and watching some last year's tape that they had, and then this year's game against Northwest. Huge offensive line, probably the biggest offensive line we'll face all year. 351, 6'7" at tackle, 330 at guard, centers 350. I mean, they will be a massive front, to have to go against. Quarterback, it looks like he's real athletic. On film, lefty. That's a little bit different. Most of the time you don't see a lot of lefty quarterbacks, but he's a lefty. Receivers, not real big, 5'10", 5'9", but really, really fast. They try to get them the ball in space and try to let them make a play. Tight ends, they play 3 of those. 2 of them look like offensive linemen, and those with number. Big kids there, and the running back's a really good kid from Picayune. I know he played last year there. Just kind of reading up on him, first of the week, and number 0. And the thing about it is they play a lot of multiple tight ends, but their receivers 1, 6, 4, 10. They're in the game pretty much all the time. They don't rotate a lot of those guys. Those guys stick in there with them pretty good. 0 and 11s, they're running backs that they play, and so. Very multiple, they a lot of formations, a lot of bunch formations into the boundary and things that'll make you have to think a little bit, and but I think they want to try to establish the run game, and that's what they did a pretty good job up against Northwest, and then defensively, a lot of man coverage, that's kind of what they've been known for over the years. A lot of man coverage, get up in your face, and try to disrupt the timing of the offense, put 6 in the box, and if you add another guy in the box, they're going to add another guy, just try to match you up. And really talented on the D-line, they're pretty athletic at defensive end, and pretty much same scheme we see week in and week out, just maybe not as much zone as we will get man, and so we'll have a big challenge on both sides of the ball.
Okay, well, let's talk a bit about our guys offensively and defensively, and what we look to do and what we're going to try to do to slow down or to stop their offense and take advantage of any gaps they do have in defense.
Well, it's about protection going offensively first. You got to protect the quarterback, and I thought last week if we did have a bright spot, I thought our quarterback was protected for the most part. And we got to be able to hit the holes. When you play that type of defense, and guys are responsible for people, not necessarily an area, more of a man, and that man goes in a certain area, and they leave that gap that they're supposed to be covering to cover a guy. You got to make them pay for that. And so we've got a few new wrinkles this week that we hopefully that will give us a little bit of advantage to try to help on some of those man coverage techniques, try to bunch some receivers and motion and things like that to help to help us get some space in our passing game. Defensively, it's about tackling. I don't care what you run. 4-man front, 3-man front, 7-man front, don't matter. If you're not tackling, and the thing that's so disheartening last week is the things that I talk about in preseason. First time their quarterback is ever going to be hit is when they play their first game. Every coach, I don't care from Notre Dame all the way down to junior high, they're never going to get their starting quarterback hit in preseason practice. And that was the thing I challenged our defense. Can we get the quarterback on the ground? I think I counted probably 9 times we were back there around the quarterback and couldn't get him down, and so it starts back to tackling. You got to game tackle, and you can't arm tackle. I think a lot of them learned a hard lesson about the things that we preach on defense. You're never going to arm tackle anybody in this league. High school, yeah, you got by with that. You can shoulder tackle, they're going to fall down, and you can go up there and sling them down. But these guys run with passion. They run hard, they run with passion, and I think the lesson was learned, hopefully, that every time you get around him, you got to bring him. And so that's where it really starts from. if you're not doing that and getting them into what you want to get them in, and that's the thing. That's why Northwest had to come back on them. Northwest missed a lot of tackles. They kind of look like us. A lot of times you watch the film of having guys there and not getting him down. And it's a lot of. I think it's a lot of guys trying too hard instead of just going back to your fundamentals. Muscle memory, how to tackle. It's just I don't want to mess this up, so they try a little bit harder, and then when it's a formula for not real good. So that's the thing we've emphasized a lot this week is getting them on the ground, make them snap it again. And I think we went back and looked at yards after contact. It was unbelievable. Yards after contact. We had people around the ball, and it's just got to finish. And I think that's the thing that we've preached this week. Just unlike we hadn't preached all the time, but. I think now they've realized that Coach is right. We got to do the things we got to do to be good. And so and hopefully we'll be able to do that tonight and give our fans and home crowd a great college game to witness.
Okay, Coach. Well, talking about tonight, I think you touched on some of it there. Just give me your Bank Okolona keys to victory.
Well, you go back every week, and it comes down to three things. It's and I was asked this on a radio show a couple weeks ago, but it comes down to number one, third down, offense and defense. If you can stay on the field and not have to punt the ball, and you can convert and get first down, and you give yourself a better chance to put the ball in the end zone. But if you're 3 and out every time, you're never going. I think we punted 8 times, something like that. Second thing is we got to tackle. And we've got to break tackles offensively, and we've got to tackle them. A 5-yard catch is okay as long as it's 5 yards only. A 5-yard catch, it turns into 20, is not good. And that's when you talk about conversion and you get them into what you want to get them into. And so, those are really two key things. It's third down offense and defense, and it's tackling and breaking tackles, on offense and defense as well, Then the third thing is it's the old biggest cliche in football, but you can't beat yourself. You can't go into a game and beat yourself. If you're going to lose a game, make the other team beat you, not beat yourself. Don't help the cause. And I think that's one of the biggest things that and I think we were finding penalties last week. I think we had like 2 penalties, whatever it was, and the penalty game didn't get us like I'm talking about in that, but just beating yourself as far as, when we're supposed to inside release at receiver, we don't outside release because the ball's not going to be thrown there. You're going to give the DB an opportunity to make a play, and I think that just goes back to, first game jitters, whatever you want to say, and I think it's a lot of times where kids are in their mind thinking, hey, this is going to be just like practice, and it's not. It's not. I mean, it's a different deal when you go against somebody else, and and hopefully that moving into this game tonight will help us, get those out of the way, and we've got all the kinks worked out. Hopefully, no kinks ever going to get worked out, but hopefully that part of the game will be not as a big a factor as it was last week. And we got to coach better. That's the thing I told the kids on Friday when we met. Got to coach better. No kid ever loses a game. Coach loses a game. And I said, hey, the coach has lost this game. We didn't get you prepared to play, and I'm the one that's got to be doing that. But the thing I also told them too is, people are looking at our score and they've written us off. A lot of people's written us off already. And I told them, I said, that's going to be the first thing of every first ball game of the year. There's 7 winners or 7 losers. And so we're either going to be one or the other, And I said, there's 7 other teams just like us, just like Gulf Coast. They're 0-1 as well, And I said, so when you look at what you got to do to be successful in this league, you got to fight, and not literally with your fists, but you got to fight with your play. And I think that's one thing that we've talked about this week, and hopefully the kids have bought in, because I told them, I said, look, this is the 25th year I'm doing this, and we've seen good, bad, and ugly, and so we got to be able to rise to the challenge. Don't listen to what everybody else is saying. Focus on you. Focus on this team, just like coaches, because you start reading a lot of that stuff, kind of like when, I guess it was last week I was reading about Kirby Smart talking about press clipping. You start reading your press clippings, you start to believe things. So focus on what you got to focus on to be the best you can be, and let's go out there and play the way we know we're capable of playing as coaches and players.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you for joining us, and we will be back with more of the Davis Ford pregame show here on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of severe vision loss in adults over the age of 50. Symptoms are gradual loss to see objects clearly. Objects appear distorted in shape. Dark or empty areas appear in the center of your vision. In a comprehensive eye exam, your optometrist will perform a variety of tests to determine if you have macular degeneration. For questions or concerns, call Cagle Eye Center in Fulton at 862-EYES, providing professional comprehensive eye care to the people of Itawamba County and the surrounding areas. Cagle Eye Center.com.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
Show your school spirit with our exclusive debit cards. Represent ICC with a special card design you can only get from First American National Bank. You'll show your support every time you use the card. Support ICC with a Spirit debit card from FANB.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
And welcome back to the Davis Ford pregame show as we're just about 7.5 minutes away from that First American National Bank opening kick here between ICC and Gulf Coast as we welcome Mr. Jim Ingram to the press box joining us now. Guys, you just heard Coach Sean Cannon's Bank Okolona keys to victory. Dr. Boggs, Mr. Jim, who was fashionably late, by the way.
He really was.
Sharp in that red tonight.
Embarrassed me.
What are your guys' Bank of Okolona keys to victory tonight?
Well, my thoughts on it, Adam, Mr. Jim, Mr. Ingram, is based off of kind of what we've seen is, and I'm going to go with this, yak. Yards after catch.
I like it.
Okay? And I'm talking about both sides of the ball. But now we know what happened last week when we were playing defense. We saw it. I mean, how many yards after catch or handoff, whatever, after contact, did they have? Once that contact was made, I mean, that was that big play, Mr. Ingram, that we saw at the beginning. So yards after contact for our defense, but I think it's also important for our offense, too, because we need to battle out here. They're facing a defense here that's a little different. You're looking at a 4-2-5 defense. So you're going to have 5 DBs back there in a sense. So I'm going to say yards after contact is huge, offense and defense for Etowamba.
I agree with you, Brad. And also, I will say this. I listened to what Sean said, tackling. We did not do a great job wrapping up and getting them down, as you mentioned, when we first hit them last week. And turnovers is always key early in the season. Turnovers will be very important tonight. If we can limit our turnovers, call some turnovers early, get some confidence, get our crowd into the ball game, we got a chance to win this ball game.
And those were Mr. Jim and Dr. Boggs' Keys to Victory, brought to you by Bank Okolona. Different names, same great service that people all across North Mississippi has come to know over the last 90-plus years. Bank Oklahoma has locations in Oklahoma, Houston, Manatee, Bruce, and they're now located at 495 South Gloucester Street in Tupelo. Well, guys, let's keep it here. And Mr. Jim, I know you got that list in front of you as we're going to take and watch the freshman run. Let's take a look at tonight's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups for the Indians.
Thank you, Adam. And tonight we're starting a new quarterback, a freshman from Houston, Red Parker. He starts tonight. First start here at the home ball game. Eric Watts, a running back. Shamar Sanger, one of the wide receivers, along with Zay Davis, Azaria Smith, and Nick Fortune. Our offensive line, a veteran bunch. John Tavius Lane at left tackle. Eddie Lewis, number 63, at left guard. Frank Bean at center. Zamarian Tucker at right guard. Quadarius Hodges at right tackle. And Frank Bean got an award this week, I think, Adam, if I'm not mistaken.
He did. He was recognized as the 2022 Benny Abrams Legacy Award recipient.
Great award, and Frank's been a very good player for us for a long time. On defense, Chris Rogers at one defensive end, Jalen Rush at the other end. Jacquez Tucker, the freshman nose guard, had a good game last week, Brad. He's at nose guard. And Jonah Thompson's one of the sophomore linebackers. Travion Smith's a sophomore, Josh Pack a sophomore, and Brandon Fairley a sophomore. All four linebackers, sophomores, and played very well for us last year and hopefully this year. At cornerback, Dominique Taylor, Jadarius Steen, and Darius Hobbs and Justin Davis are safeties tonight.
And that is your Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineup for your ICC Indians. ICC and Coke. Now that's a winning combination. We're going to take one more timeout and come back with that First American National Bank opening kick here between ICC and Gulf Coast. You're on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me. And the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance. And I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want. And I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
And welcome back as we put the brakes on the Davis Ford pregame show. Looks like we may actually have a little bit of an early kickoff here, guys, as we're getting set for the first kickoff of the night. Gulf Coast won the toss, deferred to the second half, so ICC will be receiving this First American National Bank opening kickoff of the night. We do want to remind you that First American National Bank is a proud supporter of their local communities as well as ICC. They've got locations serving you from Iuka to Tupelo. Just follow the flag to the First American National Bank location nearest you. So here we go as Gulf Coast. They are wearing their gray jerseys, blue pants, and blue helmets with that, as I like to say, ugly M on their helmets, as this kick is going to be deep and into the end zone for a touchback. And as I say that ugly M, it's not a slight against Gulf Coast. It's that school up north, the original school up north, Michigan.
There you go.
Well, guys, ICC will let the ball drift into the end zone. They'll have it for a first down and 10 at the 25-yard line. Indians need a good possession to start the contest.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time to come out big right here, make an opening statement. That would help the confidence of the Indians, in my opinion, and help the defense coming out feeling good, too. So I think it's huge right here to have a good opening drive, Mr. Ingram.
No doubt about it. And Red Parker, his first snap as a college football player.
And this is going to be a handoff to the far side, goes out of bounds. They're going to say the hit, even though it was out of bounds, his momentum carried him out of bounds, as that was Eric Watts on the carry.
Gain of 6 yards on the play, 2nd down and 4 for ICC.
He picks up 1 on the play, so it'll be a 2nd down and 9 situation. The ball started on the 25, so it's out to the 26-yard line. So ICC with it now, 2nd down and 9. So Parker dropped back to pass, flushed out of the pocket. Got pressure coming from the blind side. Going to have to do something with it. Now tucks and run. Gets up to about the 30-yard line. And that'll be a 2nd down and long situation. Let's call it 2nd down and 5 after the spot. And so it'll be a 3rd down and 5 situation here for the Indians.
Good decision there, Mr. Ingram. I just would like to have seen him make it a little bit earlier. I think it wasn't there, and I think he should have cut it up earlier.
I agree. He did break 1 tackle, picked up 5 yards, but like you said, Brad, I think there was more yardage to be picked up if he'd reacted a little bit earlier.
So possession down here for the Indians. 3rd down and 5. Got to get to the 35 for the 1st down. Man in motion coming to the near side of the field. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper the whole way this time. Tries to read the block and, just read it the wrong way. If he cuts that back up the middle, it's a 1st down. Unfortunately, did not read the block well, and Gulf Coast will get the stop.
Yeah, I like the play call. I like the RPO scenario there where you can basically, your read option type scenario, read play, where he has the opportunity to hand it off or take it himself. He saw the opening out there, but there again, just not enough.
Not enough, right.
Number 1, Jonathan Harris back to return.
So Harris will be back to return this Little Caesars punt for ICC. It's going to be Parker back to kick. Parker is the number 2 quarterback getting the start tonight due to injury at quarterback, and he's also getting the start tonight at punter due to an injury. As there's great coverage down the field by the Indian special teams.
Yeah, great job there. That's what you talked about, Mr. Ingram, right there at the beginning of the game, is making those key tackles right there. And they did. They got down there, they wrapped him up, they made the key tackle right there, and he wasn't able to advance.
Good job by Dominic Taylor, who plays also starting defensive back on the punt. Defense team made the tackle, stop him at him right at the 33-yard line.
No return on the punt there. It will be a 1st down and 10 here for Gulf Coast. Their opening possession of the night. Moving left to right on your radio dial for those that are listening on 101.9 FM. Handoff coming to the near side. Cuts it back up the middle. ICC's there to snuff it out. Gain of 2 on the play. Brings up the 2nd down and 8.
Great pursuit right there by the defense of Etowamba. They were able to string it out wide, keep stringing that play out wide where they had good pursuit to make the tackle.
You're right, Brad, and I like the enthusiasm of our defense. Need to get the crowd involved in this game.
So 2nd down and 8. Clock is at 12.5 to go here in the 1st quarter. Handoff. Indians there in the backfield. Misses the 1st tackle, but they're able to clean it up there at the end.
Great pursuit right there. Got a player down right there.
Cam Thomas with the carry for Bulldogs. Lost of yardage on the play.
Dominic Taylor there, DBs. He's hobbling off. They're going to try to take a look at him so the play continues. He was able to hobble off, but great pursuit right there, Mr. Ingram. Big 3rd down play here because now it's back to 3rd and 10.
No doubt about it. Possession play. We're early in the ball game. 12 minutes left in the 1st quarter. No score.
It was Artavian Smith that started the tackle for a loss, and then Brandon Fairley that cleaned things up there for the Indians. The player shaken up for ICC was Dominic Taylor. So hopefully we'll be able to see Dominic back in the game later on. 3rd down and 10 after the loss of 2. Drag pass over the middle. Tattooing hit on the
Big
side.
Hit. That's going to be close.
I thought he gave him a very good mark here, guys.
Number 10,
They're giving it to him right on the line, looks like, aren't they?
So we're going to see where they're going to mark it at. It's going to be awful close.
They called it to the 4th down?
No, they were giving the 1st down. Tough break there, and a friendly spot, as you said, Jim.
Maybe we should have had a measurement.
Well, I don't think they gave us that option.
No,
they just said go ahead and move the chains.
So now it's going to be a 1st down and 10 here for the Bulldogs. 11.5 to play here in the 1st quarter. Still no score. Quick out pass. Bulldogs with it. Across the 50-yard line. Down to about the 49 is where they're going to mark it as they cross midfield. So a solid pickup there on 1st down to bring up a 2nd down and 2 situation here for Gulf Coast.
Had a blitz coming from the outside on the far side there. Of course, again, and Coach Cannon mentioned this, we got a lefty quarterback, Gulf Coast does.
Right. And from Ohio, freshman from Solon, Ohio.
Pistol formation, handoff to the running back in the backfield. Indians there to snuff it out.
Great pursuit right there. They're handling the run right now very, very well, Mr. Ingram.
Doing a good job. That play took a long time to develop. Defensive line knocked the line up. Linebackers were able to come in and make the play.
Chris Rogers with the tackle for loss there knocks them back to the other 49. So it'll be a 3rd down and 4 possession down here for the Bulldogs. Pass out, complete, first down, and then some. And needed to get to about the 46, got to the 45, and moves the chains again.
Brad, those are just little quick 2-3 drop steps, quick pass to the corner. Tough to defend, man-to-man coverage.
Tough to defend. You're not going to be able to get back there, and that's why they set those up like that. You're not going to be able to get back there to the quarterback and put a lot of pressure on them because it's a quick drop, quick throw.
1st and 10, handoff to the running back in the backfield. This time knifing his way through, gets across the 40, down near the 35-yard line, and a solid pickup. And that's what Gulf Coast has been able to do well on first down, get 5+ yards on those first down carries or passes. Makes it difficult and makes it really easy on offense after that.
2nd down and 1.
Yeah, you know, they got a hefty offensive line out there. 6'7", 6'3", 6'5", 6'2", 6'4", 290, 325, 320, 315. I mean, come on.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Handoff to the lone running back in the backfield, has the first down and then some, gets across the 25, going to be knocked down at about the 21-yard line. So Gulf Coast, as you said, Brad, getting behind those big guys saying, here we come, do something about it.
17, Justin Davis.
Yeah, most definitely they are, and don't blame them on that. I mean, they've got a hefty O-line as well as a hefty D-line, too. They've got a lot of size there on their line on both sides of the ball for Gulf Coast.
So 1st down and 10 here for the Bulldogs. Handoff again. Indians in pursuit in the backfield. They're going to get there and make the play.
Handoff to number 11.
Looks like Josh Pack, linebacker there. He was able to continue. He fought through the block. I like that. Fought through the block and made the play.
2nd down and 9.
Like 1 yard gain. That was a great job right there to make the tackle right there by Pack.
Good job by Pack. He played backup linebacker last year. Got to play some, but he's starting this year playing very well.
So 2nd down and a long 9 as the ball is just shy of the 20-yard line. Back to pass over the middle is complete. And it's almost like the ICC defender was just standing there watching it and didn't try to bat the ball down. And a break there for the Bulldogs.
Well, that's risky coverage, and looks like a risky throw because we had coverage. But who's that, number 7? Okay, the quarterback's got to come off his helmet.
His helmet come off?
I didn't see his helmet. Well, he was going over to the sidelines without a helmet on.
I think he was maybe getting the play in, but I'm like you. If you take your helmet off, you got to come out in that situation. Either way it goes, it's going to be a 3rd down, and let's call it a long 4 here.
No,
that's a different guy.
That is.
No, it's a different guy.
That is. That's what I thought.
And they're going to dump this one off over the middle. 1-on-1 opportunity here. Lowers his head inside the 5-yard line. And the Bulldogs move the chains again. Has it 1st and goal as we're rolling inside 8.5 to go now here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, McQuaid now is coming back in. That was Asher Morgan, 6'4", 220 freshman that came in, backing up, I guess, again, because the helmet came off of McQuaid. But now, again, Adam, as you said, you got a 1st and goal here.
1st and goal, the ball's at our 4-yard line.
Bringing in the big man, Xavier Evans, and he's going to have the football, bounces it to the outside, and will jog into the end zone from 4 yards out for the touchdown.
Yeah, box was loaded there. Mr. Ingram, box was loaded, and thinking they were going to run it between the tackles, and they tried. That was the design of the play, but then the running back had the wherewithal to bounce it outside and get in the end zone.
6-0 is your score, 8:11 to go here in the 1st quarter of play. Gulf Coast impressive on their opening drive of the contest. Now awaiting the extra point attempt here. As the snap's a good one, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Gulf Coast leads it 7-0. We're going to take a break and see if the ICC Indians can answer. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Show your school spirit with our exclusive debit cards. Represent ICC with a special card design you can only get from First American National Bank. You'll show your support every time you use the card. Support ICC with a Spirit debit card from FANB.
And welcome back out of the timeout, ladies and gentlemen. ICC trailing Gulf Coast 7-0 with 8:11 to go here in the first quarter of play. Gulf Coast getting set for this First American National Bank kickoff, and it's going to be in and out the back of the end zone. So ICC will take over once again at the 25-yard line, where they will have it first down and 10. Of course, first downs being brought to you by Davis Ford. If you're looking for your next new or used vehicle, stop by 904 West Main Street right here in Fulton, or as I like to say, probably about a strong 7-iron from here to Davis Ford by Mr. Jim to experience the Davis Ford difference.
Brad, we've got to bounce back here. We started out very well here in the first quarter. Gulf Coast got their feet under them. They went down the field, scored here. Early in the ball game, 8 minutes left the first quarter. We're down 7-0. Need to get a good drive here, get a couple first downs.
It's going to be a handoff up the middle. ICC trying to charge forward, as that was a give to number 32, Jamal Brooks. And Gulf Coast was ready for it. Looks like they're going to stack him up the line of scrimmage. No gain, brings up a second down and 10.
Well, that's the benefit of that 4-2-5 defense that you run. You can stack 6 in the box very, very frequently. And that's, again, the benefit that you have, because a lot of people think, well, if you got 5 DBs, you can't run a lot. That's not true, because you got your hybrid, basically DB, LB on those.
Parker's going to drop back to pass, and it was going to be intended that time for Shamar Sangren, and Sangren just tried to run before he caught the ball, dropped it. It falls incomplete. So to bring up a third down and 10 with 7:36 to go here in the first quarter.
Kind of a little slip slant in there, as I call it, just kind of slipping in there, and it was just a quick pass there, which to get the play off, and the ball was there. Like you say, I think he just looked upfield before the ball got into his hands good.
So third down and 10, Indians quickly needing to convert here early in this drive, second drive of the evening. ICC has it. Parker is your quarterback. You've got Watts in the backfield with him, 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Parker drops back, plenty of time to throw. Pocket collapse. Now he runs. Has a first down and then some. Spins up near midfield to the 45-yard line. And a nice run there by Parker.
I started to say it, but it didn't. But, that down the middle opened up.
It opened up.
Run.
Good decision. Good run by Red Parker. Got a first down of the ball game for the Indians.
And the Indians quickly back to the line of scrimmage here. First down and 10. They wanted to set up that screen pass. Nothing was there. Then Gulf Coast snuffs it out, and they're able to come in and get the sack. Loss of 6 on the play.
It took too long to develop, and the line was, again, their line was penetrating back there, and it took too long to develop. It never developed.
Give Gulf Coast credit for the defensive play there. Second down, second and now 16, I believe, Adam.
Yep. Coming up on our inside 7 minutes now in the contest. 7-0 is your score. ICC with the football. Moving right to left on your radio dial for those listening on 101.9 FM, Super Talk, Mississippi. Parker with it. Snaps, drops back, plenty of time to throw. Now it's being forced out of the pocket, slips off a tackle. He's going to try to make one man miss, lowers his head, and is going to be hit and dropped after a gain of about 2 on the play.
The Gulf Coast had great coverage out there. Those DBs hung tight there. Of course, some of them running the zone type offense. They're not really running. They're going to run more of a man. Gulf Coast runs a lot of man, and they were on their men out there. They were on the receivers. Nothing open.
So let's call it a third down and 13 situation now for the Indians. 6:05 to go here in the first quarter of play. Gulf Coast leading this one 7-0. Parker, your quarterback, 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Brooks is to his left in the shotgun. Gets the snap, drops back, looking to throw, pressure coming. He steps up to avoid it, now wants to throw from behind and is hit, and they're going to call that a fumble. And it should be Gulf Coast football, as Parker, he dropped back and was ready to chunk that one downfield, was hit from behind. The referees are going to pontificate and see what they come up with here. Yep, going to be Gulf Coast football.
On the play, recovered by
big word.
Have to try to squeeze it.
I like that. I'm impressed.
I don't even know what it means, but I like it.
It sounded good.
I love it.
I try to impress you every once in a while.
Well, you did. You got me tonight. I'm going to try to use that word sometime tomorrow.
Brad, it was the other defensive end, came all the way across the field. Red Parker was setting up to throw the ball. He didn't see him coming. Unfortunately, got hit, and we got a fumble. Defense needs to step up. They got the ball at our 40. We're down 7-0, 5:40 left in the first period.
Pistol formation here for Gulf Coast. Handoff and a reverse. As the Indians do a good job of sniffing that one out, force him to come back over the middle, but there's a fumble on the other side. Indians say they have it.
They do.
And the Indians do come away with it.
All right, now, here we go. Now, there's a turning point right there. This can be the turning point put together a drive, offense. Let's go.
No doubt about it, Brad. We needed something good to happen early in the season. We didn't happen last week. We got it this week. 5:35 left in the first quarter. We take over on 35. We need to take advantage of this turnover.
Most definitely.
Well, a big-time bullet dodge there, as I was trying to say, but unsuccessfully, as ICC gets it back now on a 1st down and 10. It's 1st down being brought to you by Davis Ford. Man in motion going to the far side of your screen. Now it's going to cut back in behind the quarterback. Going to be a quick out here. ICC trying to get to the corner. They do. If he can stay in bounds, this is going to be a foot race. He's to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, 15, and is chased out of bounds. Zay Davis showing off a lot of that speed there, and a big gain for the Indians.
They just kind of circled the quarterback there on the play, as we saw, slipped a little bit, but was able to get in the flat. They threw the pass out to him in the flat and gained how much yard? I know you're doing the math.
47 yards on that throw. Outstanding play by the Indians.
The Indians quickly back now to the line of scrimmage. And wanting to throw. Now he goes to the short route to Watts. Watts makes it to the outside.
There you go. Got loose. Touchdown.
And it's going to be a touchdown for the Indians.
First one of the year.
First touchdown of the year.
That's great. That is great. That's going to give that offense, and that's going to give Red Parker confidence. The defense now sees that we have answered the call. Here we go.
18-yard touchdown reception there for Watts. And now ICC a extra point away from tying this one up. So we await the kick here, as this is Shane Lasher that will come in to attempt the extra point. Snaps a good one. The kick is up, and the kick is good. We've got a tie ball game. 7-7 is your score. 5:02 to go here in the first quarter. Don't you dare go anywhere, folks. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me. And the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance. And I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want. And I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Welcome back as a chop fired up here in Fulton. 7-7 is your score. 5:02 to go here, as it was an 18-yard pass reception by Eric Watts on a pass from Red Parker to tie the contest up. And as you guys mentioned, the first touchdown of the season here for ICC. Guys, after last week's performance, you know that's got to be big for that offense.
No doubt about it, Adam. We needed this. Glad to get the confidence there. Great play by Zay getting us all the way down the field. Then we finished with the 16-yard pass to Watts.
Short First American National Bank kick there, taking it to 15. Gulf Coast up the middle, hit hard at the 35, but a nice return and good field position here, as we got a little pushing and shoving going on by the Gulf Coast player. 20 yards down the field, the officials letting it go.
36-yard line.
So it'll be a 1st down and 10 here for the Bulldogs, as the ball is going to officially be spotted at the 36.
First American National Bank is a proud supporter of local communities and
we've got
ICC. With
a couple players on offense back tonight that we didn't have last week. We got Sandgren there. We've got Jamal Brooks. Didn't have that last week.
So the Bulldogs going to fake the handoff, roll out to the far side of the field, pass over the middle. And it's going to be caught, but then dropped, and it's going to go out of bounds. No, they say it was incomplete. Boy, guys, that could have been big there if it would have stayed in bounds, and somehow ICC, or if it would have been ruled a fumble, somehow ICC could have came up with it. So instead, now it's going to be 2nd down and 10. If you're a Bulldog fan, you're happy that one fell incomplete.
No doubt about it. Brad, this is a big series. We just scored our first touchdown of the year. We tied the ball game up. Let's get off the field, go 3 and out here, and get the ball back for our offense.
That would be huge.
2nd down and 10, 4:46 to go here in the first quarter. 7-7 is your score. Quick, easy pass to the outside, and Brad, I'm with you. Easy call by the official, but just did not throw the flag as it was right there in front of him. As they get the ball out to the 40, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long situation.
Number 0, Cam Thomas.
So 3rd down and 6 here for the Bulldogs. So a possession down. Boy, that ICC defense would love to get off the field and get that offense back out here. Tied ball game 7-7. 4:15 and counting here in the first.
Blitz.
Indians bring pressure, recognized nicely there.
Covered
now
him.
wants to go over the top, and it's caught.
Wow.
Wide open, and now in the open field here. It's going to weave its way through traffic, and guys, that was just a beautiful play. There's nothing you can say. The defense had everybody covered. The quarterback told the running back to fire downfield. He played the perfect pass where it's either he was going to catch it with forward motion or it was going to fall incomplete.
Well, when you blitz, I mean, sometimes, and I'm not against the blitz, get me wrong. I'm an aggressive type person, and I believe in the blitz. But sometimes when you do, you run in, you find that little open receiver right there, pop it out there, and gains a heck of a lot of yardage.
Hand off to the first man through here for the Bulldogs. That's going to be number 11, Evans, the big man, if you will. Stumbles forward and gets down to about the 17-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 3. Where they go with their speed back in Odom, 5'9", 270. Then they bring in Evans, 5'8", 215. So you can see a little bit of thunder and lightning out of that running back situation there for the Bulldogs. Handoff is going to be to Evans once again. That's got to be holding.
There it is.
There is the flag that was late into the play. And ICC piles him up and stops him on the far side of the field.
I'm telling you, I'm with you. I mean, it's been right there.
Flag down on the play.
Well, it should be easy when you see a offensive lineman tackle a defensive lineman on the play, and maybe the referee just took a little bit. He maybe had the flag stuck a little too far in his pocket.
I'm glad he finally found it.
Number 70.
So you hear the penalty call there as it is holding. So it'll be second down. It'll mark them back to about the 27-yard line. So it'll be second down and 17 here for the Bulldogs. First time tonight, or one of the few times tonight, we see them go with an empty backfield. 2 receivers on both sides of the football, a tight end here on the near side. They keep him in for protection. Pocket collapse.
Hit him
ICC
right there.
gets him for the sack.
We needed that. We needed that. That's, I mean, we've been able to get back in the backfield last week. We were back there in the backfield against Jones. Couldn't ever bring him down. We did this week.
Big time play there, and you talk about the quarterback being left-handed. That one kind of came into play. A right-handed quarterback could have possibly gotten that ball off, but being left-handed and that pressure coming knocks him back to the 31-yard line, and we're going to call this third down and halfway to Samstown Market over in Manatee. Officially third down and 21, though.
Jordan Mitchell just came in the game then, the freshman linebacker, and made that play.
So big here.
Pass. Quarterback is going to drop, has a man on the far side, and it's caught. Oh, man. And it's going to move the chains for a first down.
Well,
Guys.
it was
the
coverage. I mean, we were there, but they bit into it when the quarterback stepped up. The DB out there bit on it just enough to where he was able to float. Again, a nice pass, left-handed. He was able to do it into the guy in the receiver's hands.
There's nothing you can do about it. That's just a great pass by McQuaid that time.
Good pass, and it was not bad coverage, to be honest, by the Indians.
So it's going to be first and goal from the 9-yard line, coming up on 1.5 to play here in the first quarter. 7-7 is the score. Wide open over the middle, but the nice open field tackle there for the Indians, as that was Darren Hobbs coming in and sending him head over heels on the tackle.
Second down and goal, ball
or heels over head.
Line.
Kind of just landed on his head, stood there for a second.
No doubt about it.
Looking like a young Jim Ingram back in his day.
I don't think so.
So we're coming up on a minute to go here in the first quarter. 7-7 is your score. Gain of 4 on the play brings up a second down and 5 situation here for the Bulldogs. Pistol formation with Odom in the backfield. Wide open. Just a blown coverage there for the Indians.
All the way around, he had 2 options. He could have thrown it to.
Yeah, I think the Indians were sold out to stop the run there, and, well, they didn't run it. They threw it, and as you said, Brad, had a couple of options to throw to there that would have been open. Instead, goes to the back of the end zone. Touchdown on that 5-yard touchdown pass. Makes it 13-7 now with 54 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Snap on the kick is up. And it's good. Gulf Coast makes it a 14-7 contest right now. We're going to take a break. And let's hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication. Hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That 5-yard touchdown pass gives the Bulldogs a 14-7 lead over the Indians. Thank you for joining us here on the ICC Sports Network. Adam Gore, Jim Ingram, and Dr. Brad Boggs bringing this action here from Fulton. Home opener of the season, and ICC finds themselves down 14-7 with just under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Getting ready for this First American National Bank kickoff here, and it's another good one. And it's going to go into the end zone, and the Indians don't have an option to return that one, so to come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, this one looks like it might turn into a shootout here. ICC is going to have to find a way to answer, because Gulf Coast right now not really struggling to move the football.
They're not, Adam. And, you know, Parker had a great series, that last series, the 18-yard pass to watch to finish the series. Of course, Zay Davis, remember, had a 45-yard run. Got to get some other first downs here. Take it down the field, try to tie this game up, Brad.
So it'll be first down and 10 for ICC at the 25-yard line. This first down being brought to you by Davis Ford here in Fulton. It's going to be a handoff to the lone running back in the backfield. Nice pickup of about 5 there on the carry, as I believe that was Oliver on the carry. He had some pretty good carries against Jones. First carry of the night there for the freshman.
He's got some speed and got a good burst of speed up there. Of course, running it through the tackles. When they got that big D line, our offensive line did a great job of blocking there.
Oliver gets it again. This time he's stacked up in line. May have fought forward for a gain of 1. And I believe that is what they're going to say there. So it looks like
number 4, Traylon Oliver.
When the Indians come back, we'll have a 3rd down and 4 situation to start the second quarter of play.
Gain of a yard.
It's 14-7, Gulf Coast with the lead here as we count down the final seconds of the first quarter. We'll take a break and come back with the second quarter of play here on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Little Caesars is now the official pizza sponsor of the NFL. Let's go! Come on, keep it hot.
It's good! Pizza, pizza?
Again!
Harder, readier! Let's go, let's go!
Pizza,
pizza.
Pizza, pizza. No! Pull! High five!
Pizza, pizza!
Come on!
Wow. Pizza, pizza!
We're ready!
Enjoy game day with a Fanceroni Pepperoni with over 100 Old World pepperonis.
Pizza, pizza.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Window, if you have lost your wallet.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as 14-7, Gulf Coast with the lead as we get set to start the second quarter of play. It'll be a 3rd down and 4 situation here for the Indians, who are now moving left to right on your radio dial for those that are listening here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. Conversion down here, guys. The Indians need to see if they can move the chains. Parker, pocket collapse around him. Now he's going to tuck and run and slid too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Gotta have that awareness. Could have picked up the first down. We'll see if the Indians elect to stay out there. And
gain of 3 on the play. 4th down and 1 for ICC.
Needed 4, gain 3. So it'll be a 4th and 1 situation. And, well, this is where you get dangerous here for your ICC. Your starting quarterback, who is starting tonight due to injury, is also starting punter due to injury. And it looks like ICC, nope, they're going to go with a big boy package here.
Extra offensive lineman, big back in the game.
And then confusion by the Indians. Go to handoff and nobody's there, and Gulf Coast eats them up ICC needed 1, lost 3, and it'll be Gulf Coast football at the 30.
Busted play. They weren't on the same page at all.
First down and 10, Gulf Coast.
So Gulf Coast comes up with the spot, or excuse me, the stop.
I don't know, but I'm going to say that after taking the snap, obviously with the handoff that they were making, Parker, I think, turned the wrong way.
Yep,
he was. The play is a turnover on down.
Yeah, he was looking to hand off.
Personal foul against Gulf Coast, number 18, 15-yard penalty.
Okay, so did not see that afterwards, but a big break there for the Indians as a personal foul penalty is going to be called on the Bulldogs, so that will actually back them up 15 yards. And Gulf Coast quarterback was trying to signal everybody come down the other way, and he's excited. A little trying to get out there in a hurry, but now coming back to the other way. So instead of the ball being at the 30-yard line, it's going to be back at the 40, in between the 47 and 46.
First down and 10.
So it'll be a first down and 10 situation here for the Bulldogs. They lead at 14-7. Gulf Coast dropping back to pass, steps up, got a man downfield, and just threw it short.
The referee ran into
pass incomplete intended for number 88.
Somebody
the referee is down on the sidelines.
Who's the?
I think a photographer.
Number 0, Darian Hobbs had the coverage.
And
yeah, it is a photographer.
Referee a little slow to get up over there, and his teammates come to check him out and see trainers on the sideline also checking him out over there. Just one of those unfortunate situations there.
Well, that was good coverage by ICC on the pass there. Again, I think they were down there covering very well as far as our DBs on the pass. So, and that's why the the referee was running down through there, was trying to keep up with that play. But great coverage there. Basically, if our DB had turned around, he could have almost intercepted the ball. But there again, they're taught to, you're watching the guy in front of you. You're sitting there, you hold your hands up, okay, because if you ever turn around, that's when you miss a step or you miss something, Mr. Ingram. So it's tough.
On the previous fumble, Red Parker, first game as a quarterback, we ran a fourth down play. We put an extra offensive lineman in. It's a play I'm sure we don't practice that much, so Red probably has not seen that play. Just unfortunately turned the wrong way, we think.
So the pass falls incomplete, second down and 10. 14-12 to go until halftime. And Gulf Coast quickly gets that one out, and a nice juke move. Gets the ball across for the first down, and a good job holding on and basically going for a ride that time, as that was Jadarius Steen, who lost his helmet but refused to let go of the jersey of the Gulf Coast player before he went out of bounds. But he does move the chains and pick up the first down.
Ball spotted the 35-yard line, first down and 10. Gulf
Guys,
Coast.
I'm not sure who that was down there. It was next to Lee, and I went back and saw the replay, and the young lady with the camera got hit pretty hard by the referee is what I'm going to say. As Gulf Coast with it across the way, another quick out pass is reeled in there by Harris, and he was able to knife his way forward for a gain of about 8 on the play.
Pass complete to number 1, Jonathan Harris.
So it'll be a second down and 2 to go here.
Brad, we need to step up here. We're down 14-7, second quarter. Just had a big turnover. Our defense has got to step up and keep them out of the end zone.
So it's going to be a handoff. No, excuse me. Fake the handoff. Gulf Coast makes the catch and a nice open field tackle. Me and the rest of the defense bit on the fake there, and the ball's going to be down to the 10. We're going to be first and goal now for the Bulldogs as they lead this one 14-7.
Adam, we just brought in 7 new defensive players here down on the goal line. She mentioned it's first and it is first and goal. The ball's at the 10-yard line.
As whistles all over the place.
Timeout taken by ICC.
And ICC takes the timeout. Timeout on the field. This timeout being brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Let's take the timeout with them and be back with more right after this.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 12:57 to go here after that timeout, being brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. Visit RenaissanceBank.com to learn why. And also do want to remind you, Renaissance Bank is the proud sponsor of the ICC Hour that you can listen to every Tuesday at 106 right here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. So first down here for the Bulldogs. Handoff is going to be off the right side, and he's going to muscle his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Handoff to number 11, Xavier Evans. Touchdown on the play for the Bulldogs.
Evans bullies his way into the end zone to make it a 20-7 lead now with 12:49 to go until halftime.
Brad, this is where we're going to see what we're made of. Started out pretty good. Now they jumped on us by 2 touchdowns, 21-7 after this extra point.
Nearly blocked. The kick is up and good.
Need to go down the field and find a way to score.
21-7 is your score. Gulf Coast with the lead. Let's take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
6:30 p.m.
And welcome back as we get set for another First American National Bank kickoff here thanks to Tommy Shamley and the rest of the crew out there at First American National Bank for being a longtime sponsor here at ICC, making tonight's broadcast and all other broadcasts available here on the Red Channel as well as Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. So the Indians set to receive the kickoff here pretty much all night tonight, guys. This ball has went into the end zone, and this one is going to be caught about 3 yards deep, and ICC is going to bring it out. Cuts it back up the middle. It spins off one tackle. It's hit and drugged down just shy of the 30-yard line. Nice return there. Don't know that you wanted to bring that one out of the end zone, as that was Michael Mosley, though, getting it out just shy of the 30.
I'm with you. I would have let it drop, but hey, what do I know? I'm not down there. And, now they're starting at the 30-yard line.
So it'll be a first down and 10 here for the Indians. 12:39 to go until halftime. We invite you to stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime report and the halftime show from the ICC All-American Band. As Parker, still your quarterback here for the Indians. In the backfield with him is Eric Watts. And the give is going to be to Watts. Has a hole, busts it forward, and a nice pickup there on first down.
Handoff to number 11, Eric Watts.
Good job of blocking on that left side over there, Mr. Ingram, to get out there and a gain of 10, exactly, and should move the chains, although they hadn't moved them yet. And they hadn't got them set.
They hadn't even set the chains, and ICC puts it in play, and Gulf Coast stops it for no gain on the play there, so it'll be a second down and 10 situation. Well, there's going fast and there's going too fast. And ICC may have just got caught up in trying to hurry that one up a little bit too much. Parker in the shotgun, Watts to his right, 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Now Parker steps back, surveys the defense, and gets the snap. Time to throw. Drops it over to Watts over the middle, open, makes one man miss, gets across the 50, down to the 45-yard line, first down for the Indians.
Yeah, Watts doing a good job there, kind of slipping in there, kind of inconspicuously, and no one's picking him up. Kind of the same thing that they're doing to us, Mr. Ingram, in a sense.
Good job by Parker, good job by Watts. This is a very important possession. We're down 21-7, 11 minutes, 20 seconds left in the second quarter. We need to take advantage of this field position and get some points on the board.
That first down being brought to you by Davis Ford right here in Fulton. Parker in the shotgun. Now Brooks in the backfield with him. Parker, time to throw. Now tucks it. It's going to run. Gets across the 40. There's a flag down on the near side, though. And, man, if it goes against the Indians, that's going to be horrible because that was nowhere near the play, guys.
No, it wasn't, and I thought that was a good job by Parker right there. He didn't waste as much time that time before he decided to tuck it and run it. He didn't see what he wanted to see. He tucked it and ran it. That's holding on defense. That's good.
So they're going to say holding as he tried to get out on the wide receiver, as that was Zay Davis. I will tell you what, guys, there's going to be a lot of people out there that can't match the speed of Davis. If I'm covering him, I'm holding him every time just so he don't beat me for a touchdown.
No doubt. You know, it's a 10-yard penalty versus a touchdown.
Yep.
Well, again, I think Parker did an excellent job right there doing the decision he made. He's got some wheels on him, Adam.
So it'll be a first down and 10 here for the Indians. They trail at 21-7.
He's open.
Going with the long ball, and it's just off the fingertips.
Great job right there. I like that. Take a shot down the field. He was open, just off the fingertips. Nothing to complain about right there.
Beautiful pass, just unfortunately just a half a step too far. As that was intended for Nick Fortune. If he reels that one in, that's a highlight and a possible Water Play Wednesday next week.
Great job. Our offensive line and running backs picked up the safety blitz. That's why it's man-to-man coverage. That's why he was open.
That's exactly right.
Second down and 10 now. Being a Notre Dame fan, I don't hear anything about safety blitz. As Parker drops back to throw, pump fakes. He's going to have to scramble, and he is going to be hit and sacked for a loss of 2.
That pocket closed in pretty quick, and that's where, again, that pocket closed in around him, and then there was nothing up the middle. And so, as I mentioned earlier, the line, the defensive line that Gulf Coast has, you got your 4 D linemen, and they're big. You know, they're big guys. So, again, they're hard to handle.
So it'll be a third down and 12 situation here for the Indians. As they stop and look to the sideline to get the play. Parker, your quarterback. Watts in the backfield with him. You've got one receiver on the far side of the field, 3 here on the near side. Parker dropping back to pass. Pressure coming. And he's going to be hit and stopped eventually. Wow, the officials letting him go for quite a while there.
Well, busted block right there, and I hate to say it, but by our guy, Watts missed the block right there. Missed his assignment. Guy was coming in on the blitz. Watts missed it. He was there. Just kind of had a shoulder right there in him, and he got by. And that's what caused it.
And you got to punt. You know, it was 3rd and 10. Now it's 4th and 21. You can't give them great field position, even though we got the ball at their 41-yard line. You got to punt here in the second quarter.
Jonathan Harris will be back to return.
And so Parker will be back to send this Little Caesars punt. Got Harris and the Indians getting a late substitution in here.
Somebody who was supposed to have been there.
Yeah, so it's a 4th down and roughly 22 to go here for the Indians. And Parker booms this one, angled towards the sideline. Gulf Coast is going to call for the fair catch at the 10, and that's where they'll have it. First down and 10.
Little Caesars punt at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Adam.
First down and 10.
Take a moment. I mean, this is a great night. We've had great weather. This is opening home game. Had the president's tailgate. But I just want to say kudos to John Wayne, Harris, Jeff Fields, Kirk Sheffield, Joey Bowen, all the staff that were able to get this ready, make this happen, look good tonight. And then you've got, of course, Ryan Todd and the band, and what they have done is fantastic. Got a great crowd. And then guess what? We got a new AD in town, Dr. Case and Colin Minga. The great job they did putting this together.
Absolutely. And Gulf Coast with it. Going to try to get to the outside, turn it upfield, and big-time hit across the way there. Sends him out of bounds, but it's another solid pickup on first down. I want to echo that. You know, everybody talks about all the great things that go on here at ICC. You had the tailgate that the Alumni Association and Foundation put together, Mr. Jim, Mr. Upton, and Miss Tilda and company.
Second down and 2.
Yeah, the best don't start here unless the best work here, and that's what we're blessed with here at ICC.
We were very fortunate tonight. Had a great President's Tailgate. Kudos to Dr. Allen for having that, and I would like to say Michael Upton, Tilda Bushline, our Hayden Campbell, they all helped. I even got in the way a little bit. Had a great time tonight, great food, and a great turnout. We appreciate the ICC family and friends showing up.
Well, they hand off up the middle. The Indians were ready for it there. Stops them at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of one on the play, and it is going to be a loss of one. So it'll be a third down, and let's call it a 3 situation now for the Bulldogs. 8:10 to go until halftime.
And the play before that one, if they wonder how they got 8 yards out of the play before that one, was they ran one way. We had him stacked up there. The running back was able to turn it around and gain 8 yards out of it before that, and now here we are.
Gulf Coast dropping back to pass, has a man out open, and they're going to call a pass interference. And as much as I hate to say this, guys, I've got to agree with it. Dominic Taylor there just a little too early.
It was. He was on him early. Again, trying to keep the coverage there. It was one with that pattern that Dominique could jump, and I mean it's dicey right there because that's a pick six potentially. But Dominique didn't do that, and he did have a hand on him too early. So definitely pass interference, and that's going to advance Gulf Coast and give them the first down.
We've got our First American National Bank. Let him talk first.
47, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
They call roughing the passer? Did I hear that right?
What he said. Well, I didn't see the flag in the backfield where the quarterback was. It was one downfield, but
what in the world?
Oh,
had a little brain boo-boo there, didn't he?
We talked about those in class this week.
Brain boo-boos? I have brain boo-boos all the time.
My brain, that's all it does. First American National Bank scoreboard update. Jones leading East Mississippi 3-0. That's with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Quarterback scrambling is going to get forward and
no helmet. Excuse me.
I was with you. I thought the ball came free for a second, but instead it was a helmet. And so the second time tonight we've seen Pat McQuaid's helmet come off in the game. And
well, you got hesitancy, and I understand with your DBs on that side because when McQuaid steps up, you're like, all right, is it time? Is it time? And you got to know where the line of scrimmage is because once he's past the line of scrimmage, then he's committed. But don't want to see that little dump pass that they gained a whole lot of yards on a while ago when he stepped up to run.
So new quarterback in. He's going to load up and fire downfield. He's got a man, and nearly a one-hand grab there, and ICC dodges a big-time bullet.
I want you to know that backup quarterback, Asher Morgan, is 6'4", 220 freshman.
And has a cannon.
I mean, drops back, looks like a pro-style quarterback dropping back there and throwing that ball.
That ball should have been caught, guys.
Absolutely.
No, I know he had one hand, but he's got to catch that. Thank goodness he didn't.
So it'll be 3rd down and 1 as McQuaid comes back into the contest. Handoff is going to be to the running back in the backfield. He's going to be hit, stacked up, and
short.
Going to be close.
I think I got him short.
I think you're right. And it's going to bring up 4th down and inches here for the Bulldogs.
Yep.
They lead at 21-7, so it'll be some decision-making time here. They're going to say no gain on the play. It looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. Boy, if the Indians can get a stop here, it would be huge.
Definitely. That'd give us plenty of time. Well, never mind. I'm not even going to talk about it.
6.5 to go here until halftime. 4th down and 1. Pistol formation here for the Bulldogs. Handoff to the running back in the backfield. Bounces off a tackle at the line of scrimmage and then able to spin forward. And after what would have been a stop for no gain, turns into a gain of about 12. And another first down for the Bulldogs. Tough break there for the Indians.
Yeah, I should have just went ahead and talked about it. But anyway, that was some of the yak I was talking about, yards after contact, and he did a good job, that running back there that was in there, and I didn't see his number because their jerseys are a little different here tonight. But good yards after contact right there by Gulf Coast.
That's big Xavier Evans, who scored a couple touchdowns tonight, number 11.
Same formation here out of the pistol. Ball fake this time. Going to go the short route out to the 40. Is caught. And it's just going to be a dancing route here to see if he can get the first down. A little pushing and shoving going on after the play. Good job by both players to step away from each other. Odom makes the catch, and that's going to move the chains for another first down.
They're dropping those receivers out there in that zone coverage, and they're finding them because they're cleaning out the zone here as far as our coverage.
Right.
They're cleaning those out, and then you're able to drop that guy in there. But whoever, as far as in our zone coverage, they're not picking that guy up.
Playing a little bit too deep on the zone coverage, too.
So 1st and 10, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper trying to get to the outside and is going to step out of bounds just shy of the 30. Haven't seen any design runs for him tonight. Now, he has scrambled a couple of times, but a nice pickup of about 6 on the play, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Mr. Ingram, we really, really desperately need to keep them out of the end zone before the half.
Brad, you're right. We're down 21-7. Coming up on 5 minutes left in the first half, and they're driving with the ball around our 30.
Handoff this time is going to go to the right side across to the 30-yard line. That's got to be holding when a player cannot detach from somebody that's behind him. It's not because he's magnetic. It's because he's got a handful of jersey, but no flags on the turf. And so a break there for the Bulldogs.
Third down, he's short still, ran him out of bounds. ICC was able to get him out of bounds before he gained the first. So you're looking at a yard maybe here?
I believe so, third and a yard.
So 3rd down and 1 inside 5 minutes to go until halftime. We invite you to stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime report. And it's going to be a handoff to the running back in the backfield. Has the first down with ease as he crosses into about the 23-yard line. We're going to be 1st and 10 here for the Bulldogs.
That big old line of Gulf Coast right there just manhandled and took care of that. And they just pushed and had enough push. Plenty for the first down.
Ball spotted at the 23-yard line. 1st down and 10.
So it'll be a 1st down and 10 here for Gulf Coast. 3 receivers here on the near side. 1 up top by himself. Shotgun formation with the running back to his left. They fake it to the running back. Now the quick out pass. It's going to be caught and drugged down to about the 15. Fell forward to the 14-yard line. So another pickup of first down. Guys, the Indians are giving Gulf Coast they actually say it's going to be 2nd and 1. But the Indians are giving them a lot of cushion out there, and Gulf Coast is like, you want to give it to us? We're going to take it.
Well, again, some of that takes place when you're running the zone coverage that you run. I mean, obviously, if you're running a man-man, unless you get picked off or something like that, you're not going to have that much space. But when you run a zone coverage, at times you're going to run into that. It's just you got to maneuver your people in the right direction, hopefully. And again, we're just not picking up right now that person that's coming in and slipping in front of that hole.
You're correct, Brad. And this is, as you mentioned, a very, very important possession and series. They got 2nd and 1. The ball is at our 14-yard line. 4 minutes left till halftime, and Gulf Coast is up 21-7 with the ball driving again.
Well, they're having a shootout between whoever Holmes is playing right now. It's 21-21, 8:45 left in the second. Northwest, they're up 17-0 over Hines. That's a number 4 in the country versus number 14 in the country. Northwest up 17-0. Jones still up 3-0 over East Mississippi with under 5 minutes to go in the first. And that's a First American National Bank School Board update throughout the league. I know there's a lot of people making their way to some high school games right now. We appreciate you joining in. We'll try to have some updates from some of the area games on the high school front as well. So 2nd down and 1 out of the timeout with 3:57 to go here in the second quarter. Play action fake, and it's going to be sent forward. Caught, a hard hit, but we'll move the chains for another first down as the Bulldogs will have it at the 9-yard line.
Ramon Bradley, tackled by number 21, Dominique Taylor.
So we hear that bend, don't break situation. This is where the Indians need to find a way to do that here and hold on to at least a field goal. A turnover will be absolutely
amazing.
That's what I was thinking.
We need a turnover right now.
So the Bulldogs with it. And a little miscommunication on the handoff, and the quarterback knifes his way through. It is eventually going to be hit and dropped, and you saw there, Hobbs was trying to strip that football, but a good job there by McQuaid to hold on to it and move the chains forward.
I think it's 2nd to go. The ball's at the 7-yard line. 3:10 left until halftime. Gulf Coast moving the ball up 21-7.
So the Bulldogs go back to that shotgun formation. 3 receivers bunched up on the far side of the field. McQuaid is your quarterback looking to throw. Pocket collapses, and that will be a sack. And
they're going to throw a flag.
I don't know if they're going to call a face mask on that situation. There's also the situation once a helmet comes off, you're supposed to stop play.
So 2 flags.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 47. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
I must have missed it.
I'm with you, Jim. I didn't see that myself. And
this is one of the helmet.
Yeah, they're saying that's why the helmet came off, but that'd be the 3rd time tonight his helmet has came off. So,
does he have to come out?
Nope, not when it's pulled off in that situation. So, tough break there for the Indians. So not only does it move the ball half the distance to the goal, but it also gives the Bulldogs a fresh set of downs. So it'll be 1st down and goal to go from the 3, 2:45 and counting here in the second quarter. And no, quarterback keeps it, zips it across for the touchdown. Bulldogs.
Pass complete to number 1, Jonathan Harris, for a Bulldog touchdown.
And that right there, guys, was just beautifully executed. That's just a timing route. Turned around, zipped it across in a hurry. By the time the wide receiver turned around, the ball was in his face. He caught it. It is now 27-7 Gulf Coast. So waiting the extra point here from the Bulldogs. Snap back is up, and the Indians got close again that time, but the kick is good. 28-7, Gulf Coast with the lead. 2:35 to go here until halftime. Let's take a break and hear from First American National Bank and be back with more right after this.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
And welcome back out of the timeout there. 3-yard touchdown pass by the Bulldogs. Makes it 28-7 in favor of Gulf Coast. Adam Gore, Jim Ingram, Brad Boggs bring this action here from Eaton Field. Home opener tonight. We invite you to stay tuned and to experience the ICC All-American Band at halftime. If you've never heard them before, well, where have you been? They are great to listen to, and Indians are going to take this one out of the back of the end zone again. Tries to get to the outside. It's going to be hit and dropped just about the 11-yard line. But to go back and finish that, that's one thing. My favorite time in the summer, and especially this time of year, is when you hear the band start practicing and it just echoes throughout the campus. That really kind of kicks off football season for me.
Yeah, Ryan Todd and crew, they do a fantastic job down there, and we all hear it across campus when they're practicing, and it does. I mean, it just gives you that extra get up and go, and plus I know Dr. Allen wants us to have that extra get up and go so we don't take them out.
No doubt about that, and Ryan and his staff do a super job, and we look forward to hearing them at halftime tonight.
So the Indians will have it first down and 10. Ball is on the 12-yard line. Parker's going to drop back to pass. And the pocket collapsed, and he's going to be hit and dropped right about the 6.
We're going to be careful down here.
Got an Indian player shaking up on the play.
We're going to be careful. We can't dilly-dally too much down here, and we're losing yardage and going in the wrong direction.
No doubt about it, and they might start using some timeouts if they get us to 3rd and long here.
And so India's taking some time now. 2nd down and 17.
They've got 3 timeouts.
Parker drops back, sets up the screen to Watts. Watts trying to get to the outside corner, cuts it back over the middle, gets back some of that yardage on the sack play. And Gulf Coast is now going to use one of those timeouts with 1:35 to go here until halftime. We'll keep it here. Do want to remind you to stay tuned. We talked about that Little Caesars halftime report. We'll have some thoughts on the first half. We'll hear from the ICC All-American Band. And we'll also have our Little Caesars punt, pass, and kick contest where a lucky ICC student will have the opportunity to punt, pass, and kick their way to a year's supply of Little Caesars pizza.
Is that Mr. Ingram? Is he going to do it?
I'm going to get out there and try it. Now, I want to know what a definition of a year's supply of pizza is.
It's a year, 365 days.
Yeah, but how much do I get for the year?
It's the same thing
Free
as
pizza.
a running clock.
Do I get one a week or more than one a week?
Well, now, you'll have to ask Little Caesar about that.
Okay.
He didn't answer that question. You just wanted me to define a year. I was trying to define a year.
Folks, if you missed it last week, I kind of got the Jerk of the Day award when Mr. Jim, who is one of the nicest people on the planet of Earth, turned around and was like, Adam, tell me about a running clock. Tell the fans about a running clock. And I was like, well, Jim, that's when the clock stops without running. Yeah, that was one of the meanest looks I've ever received from Jim.
No, it was. I set my own self up. I shouldn't have asked that.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 6 situation here for the Indians out of that timeout. ICC with 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Jamal Brooks now the running back in the backfield. Man in motion coming towards the bottom of your screen. Parker dropping back. Time to throw. Sidearms it. Pass is complete, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. Actually, it's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. Guys, I'm going to say this. Yes, it was a loss of 1, but ICC got away with a big-time hole on the edge there.
Yeah, and Gulf Coast called their second timeout right there, obviously now with 3rd and 6, I guess.
Well, it'll be fourth and 6.
Excuse me, 4th and 6, I'm sorry. So ICC looking at a punting scenario here. Gulf Coast still has 1 timeout left. And right now you're looking at 1:26 left, so we need to get this punt off.
We do, and they are not taking their foot off the pedal. They're up 28-7, and they want more before half.
Trying to scroll through and see real quick on some other scores. Southwest and Oklahoma there at the end of the first quarter with no score. And it's Jones up 10-7 with 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the first quarter over East Mississippi. So Little Caesars punt coming up here for ICC. Got to be careful here as he will punt this one away just steps in front of the end zone. Parker is the punter as well. Snaps a good one. Parker has plenty of time. Steps into it, kind of a watermelon style kick. That's going to be caught and called for a fair catch at the 40. So the Gulf Coast defense did exactly what they wanted to do, give the offense with good field position with 1:16 to go until halftime.
Yeah, that's the Indian 40 too, not the Gulf Coast 40. So, bad, but sadly. But anyway, defense got to come out and play here for 1:16 seconds.
Need to step up. Need something positive here to end the half. We're down 28-7, playing hard. Need to stop Gulf Coast here and maybe pick up some momentum coming out of halftime.
What about a pick 6?
That'd be wonderful. Or a fumble.
Well, let's do a pick 6.
Pick 6 sounds good.
Looks like they're going to send maybe Asher Morgan in to start this drive for the Bulldogs. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. You've got one-on-one coverage here at the bottom. Morgan goes the short route, the safety route, and the Bulldogs trying to get to the outside, see if they can get to the out of bounds. They do not, as you said, Jim. Nice open field tackle there by Steen. The clock will continue to roll here with 1 minute to play until halftime.
He couldn't get out of bounds right there. Great play by Steen.
Second down and 5, Gulf Coast.
So it'll be a second down and 5 after that gain of 5. Gulf Coast dropping back to throw again. Quick route to the outside. Doesn't have the first down, but does get out of bounds to stop the clock with 49.5 seconds to go here until halftime.
Pass complete to number 1, Jonathan.
So a third down, let's call it 2.
Ball spotted at the 33-yard line.
My buddy Brian Baldwin checking in. It's a guy that knows a thing or two about blue jeans. As we've got whistles and flags flying, and looks like a false start here against the Bulldogs. We'll back them up.
False start. Offense, number 88. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
So now it forces it into a third down and about 7 situation here. Indians need to find a way to keep a stop, and basically, guys, to put it bluntly, find a way to keep it at 28-7 going into half.
Yeah, they still got 2 downs, though. I mean, they're not going to punt this thing. Gulf Coast.
2 downs and a timeout.
Yeah, so
third down and 7. Shotgun formation, man in motion coming to the bottom of your screen here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Low snap, quarterback hit, and it falls incomplete. As that was number 27 for the Indians. Brandon Fairley coming in and laying the lumber.
Yeah, it was a great job right there by ICC. Of course, they did take advantage of the low snap. Morgan had to go down to field that snap. So I said,
I'm surprised they're punting.
I am big time
with 45 seconds left in the half.
I don't buy that they're punting just yet. If I'm the Indians, I'm in safety formation to expect the fake here. ICC, though, has got to get the guys off the field as they had a little confusion on who to be on the field and who not. So we'll see if this is going to be a Little Caesars punt. There's movement.
Going to drop them now. They may punt. I don't know, but you're going to keep running them back.
And it is going to be a false start on the offense. Didn't know if ICC might have got caught in the neutral zone there, but they did say the man stepped back and ICC was able to get back in time. So the flag's coming out and being a buddy of the Indians, I guess you can say. So now it's going to be 4th down and 12. Little Caesars punt coming up here for the Bulldogs. Zay Davis back to receive this one. He's standing at the 10. Beautiful kick, spiraling deep into the night here in Fulton. It's going to hit, run sideways, and be down at the 2.
My
Guys,
goodness.
this is a quarter
Bulldogs down
that
that
everything
little
and
finger front of
anything,
the
except for
30-yard
those 2
line.
penalties right there,
First down
have
and
gone
10
the way of the
for ICC.
Bulldogs, and that punt being another example of it there.
That's a great punt right there. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better punt, really.
No doubt about it. And we've got to go into halftime. It's too risky at your own 3-yard line with 35 seconds left in the ball game. I think you run a couple plays, get to halftime, regroup.
Hold on to the ball if they run. If they do a run play, which I would expect, hold on to the ball.
Well, Brooks is in the backfield. Indians are in the shotgun in this situation. Red Parker, the freshman quarterback out of Houston, awaiting the snap. Give is going to be to Brooks. Brooks rumbles, stumbles, and bumbles his way forward out near the 10-yard line, and that was just a grown man run right there, guys.
Well, it was a needed run to get us some room right there. We don't have to snap it
Gain
again.
of 6 yards on the play, 2nd down and 4 for ICC.
So we'll see if the Indians elect to take this one into halftime, and they are going to approach the ball here, as you said, Brad. There's really no sense in snapping the ball here. But they are, and it's going to be Brooks who gets the handoff again. He's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield, and that will end the first quarter of play. It's been all Bulldogs here in the second quarter. They lead at 28-7. We're going to take a break and come back with the Little Caesars halftime report and more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Little Caesars is now the official pizza sponsor of the NFL. Let's go! Come on, keep it hot.
It's good. Pizza, pizza.
Again.
Harder, readier. Let's go, let's go. Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza. No, pull. High five.
Pizza, pizza.
Come on.
Pizza, pizza.
We're ready.
Enjoy game day with a Fanceroni Pepperoni with over 100 Old World pepperonis.
Pizza, pizza.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family,
Roll Tide! If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Over 100 crispy Old World pepperoni. Cheesy crust edge.
This Fanceroni pepperoni from Little Caesars is fancy.
Am I fancy enough for the Fanceroni? I'm wearing cargo shorts.
But Tim, me too. Fancy isn't measured by your inseam. Fancy comes from here. 'Cause if you are what you eat, then we're all feeling mighty fancy today.
Yeah! Try the Fanceroni pepperoni with over 100 Old World pepperoni. Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here at halftime. Your score 28-7 in favor of Gulf Coast. The ICC All-American Band, over 200 strong, taking the field right now. And we're going to take you down to the field and let you listen to the ICC All-American Band here at the half. Well, they made a liar out of me. They're still getting ready right now, so I'll just install a little bit. We do want to remind you, one of our sponsors, Tommy Morgan real estate agent Ricky Murphy. You heard him during the break, a former member of the ICC All-American Band. He says when you're getting ready to make your next move, whether it be you buying your dream home or maybe like Jim, buying your summer home somewhere on the beach, you can give him a call at 662-321-9824. Now let's take you to the field for the ICC All-American Band.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Itawamba Community College is proud to present to you the 2022 ICC All-American Marching Band. We are thrilled to perform for you this year's program, Seasons. We open our program this evening with the 1935 George Gershwin aria, Summertime, from the opera Porgy and Bess. And now, the ICC All-American Marching Band. And now we present the 1978 Earth, Wind & Fire hit, September, featuring our Indianette dancers. We close tonight's performance with the 1987 Bangles cover single, Hazy Shade of Winter, featuring our percussion section. majors for the ICC All-American Band are Alex Hidalgo of Manteche, Mallory Dabbs of Nettleton, Lindy Montz of Morville, Taylor Brown of Amory, and Zeta Patterson of Itawamba. Percussion captains are Eliseo Fernandez of South Pontotoc, Mikey Coleman, South Pontotoc, and Sarah Knowles of Nettleton. Color guard captains are Hillary Little of Collierville, Tennessee, and Aaron Dancy, Aberdeen. Indianette instructor is Mandy Eaton. The ICC All-American Marching Band is under the direction of Christy Colburn, Brennan Eaton, Eric Simmons, and Ryan Todd. Thank you and good evening.
Over 100 crispy Old World pepperoni.
Cheesy crust edge.
This Fanceroni pepperoni from Little Caesars is fancy.
Am I fancy enough for the Fanceroni? I'm wearing cargo shorts.
But Tim, me too. Fancy isn't measured by your inseam. Fancy comes from here. Cause if you are what you eat, then we're all feeling mighty fancy today.
Yeah! Try the Fanceroni pepperoni with over 100 Old World pepperoni. Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For those that are watching here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, you are going to be able to watch the punt, pass, and kick contest going on here. This is Anthony Jones. Will have a chance to punt, pass, and kick his way to a year's supply of pizza here, thanks to our friends at Little Caesars in Fulton. And, well, he's off to a good start, Jim, as he kicked it from the goal line and the ball bounced at the 50. And so that's where they're going to mark the football where it bounced, so he'll have to run down and get it. It's going to be actually rolled down to about the 37-yard line. So he'll back it back up to 50, where he'll have a chance to throw this one down the field. I'll tell you what, Jim, a 50-yard punt. Let's see how well he can throw here. Obviously, he can kick. You want to know why? He's on the soccer team.
No doubt.
So we'll see how well he can throw it, and not bad. Ball is going to be hit at the 15-yard line, so this is where he'll have a chance at a field goal here.
25-yard.
25-yard field goal for a chance at a year's supply of pizza. He blows the kiss to the crowd.
He's confident. I like it.
I like it as well, Mr. Jim. As now the question is, will the holder be able to hold it? And if he misses it, we're going to blame it all on the holder, Taylor Tudor, as Anthony stepping it off, measuring here. Oh, taking the hat off, getting serious. Awaits the kick. The kick is up, and it's good.
He got it. Congratulations, Anthony.
And Anthony celebrating over on the far side of the field as he squeaks in the 25-yard field goal attempt to get the year's supply of pizza.
Give Taylor credit. What a great hold.
She did not give up on the hold either. I appreciate that on the part of Taylor. Big-time celebration there on the field for Anthony Jones as he wins the year's supply of Little Caesars Pizza. We're going to take the break and come back with some thoughts of the first half as well as the second half, and be back with more right after this. Your score at halftime, Gulf Coast 28, ICC 7. Back with more right after this.
Little Caesars is now the official pizza sponsor of the NFL. Let's go! Pizza. Keep it hot.
It's good! Pizza, pizza.
Again.
Harder, readier. Let's go, let's go! Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza. No! Pull! High five!
Pizza, pizza.
Come on!
Pizza, pizza.
We're ready!
Enjoy game day with the Fanceroni pepperoni with over 100 Old World pepperonis.
Pizza, pizza.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family,
Roll Tide! Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Over 100 crispy Old World pepperoni.
Cheesy crust edge?
This Fanceroni pepperoni from Little Caesars is fancy.
Am I fancy enough for the Fanceroni? I'm wearing cargo shorts.
But Tim, me too. Fancy isn't measured by your inseam. Fancy comes from here. Because if you are what you eat, then we're all feeling mighty fancy today. Yeah! Try the Fanceroni pepperoni with over 100 Old World pepperoni.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Little Caesars halftime report. ICC trailing this one 28-7 here to Gulf Coast. Adam Gore, Jim Ingram, Dr. Brad Box stepped away for a moment. And Jim, just your thoughts here on the first half for the Indians.
I like we had a lot of enthusiasm, got a great home crowd, had a great President's tailgate. Got behind 7-0, then we bounced back. Had a great pass from Parker, the freshman quarterback from Houston, to Watts for 18 yards, tied it up 7-7. But give Gulf Coast credit, Adam. They've taken control of the game in the second quarter. They scored, as we mentioned, 21 unanswered points, and they got a lead right now, 28-7 at halftime. We got to find a way to come out and score first here in the third period. Keep playing hard. Gulf Coast is a good football team.
Well, you look back at last week's performance compared to the first half here. Last week, we barely broke 100 yards of total offense. Tonight, we've clearly eclipsed that, and we've also put points on the board. So there's been some positives to build on, and one of those has been Red Parker. He has looked sharp. He was scheduled to be the third-team quarterback this year, so probably didn't expect to see a lot of playing time. I'm not saying that he wouldn't have, but not as much as he would have, especially not starting week 2. But for him to come in and have to double duty as a starting quarterback, starting punter, the freshman out of Houston has looked good.
He looks good. He's not intimidated. Seems like a very smart, intelligent young man. As Brad mentioned earlier, he's got some good wheels on him, very athletic, can run the ball when the pocket breaks down. So good things ahead for Red Parker, and we hope we see some more good things now here in the second half.
We've got about 3.5 minutes before we start the second half of play. Your score, 28-7, ICC trailing Gulf Coast. You're watching some of those Little Caesars instant replays here, and you want to see a touchdown run by the Bulldogs as they've controlled the second quarter, as Jim mentioned, 21 unanswered to take a 28-7 lead here at the break. We're going to take the timeout with them. We'll be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Little Caesars is now the official pizza sponsor of the NFL. Let's go! Come on, keep it hot.
It's good! Pizza, pizza?
Again!
Harder, readier! Let's go, let's go!
Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza. No! Pull! High five!
Pizza, pizza!
Come on!
Pizza, pizza!
We're ready!
Enjoy game day with a Fanceroni pepperoni with over 100 Old World pepperonis.
Pizza, pizza.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Show your school spirit with our exclusive debit cards. Represent ICC with a special card design you can only get from First American National Bank. You'll show your support every time you use the card. Support ICC with a Spirit debit card from FANB.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Over 100 crispy Old World pepperoni.
Cheesy crust edge.
This Fanceroni pepperoni from Little Caesars is fancy.
Am I fancy enough for the Fanceroni? I'm wearing cargo shorts.
But Tim, me too. Fancy isn't measured by your inseam. Fancy comes from here. Cause if you are what you eat, then we're all feeling mighty fancy today.
Yeah! Try the Fanceroni pepperoni with over 100 Old World pepperoni. Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for the start of the second half. Gulf Coast leading it 28-7 after 21 unanswered points. They will get the football to start the second half. They won the toss and deferred. So, guys, what do the Indians got to do here in the second half to try to chip their way back into this contest?
You know, Adam, they've got to come out here and play good defense. Need a 3-and-out here, right, Brad? You know, we're down 28-7, but to start out this third quarter, defense needs to get off the field, get the ball back to Red Parker, and see if we can go down and get some points.
Yeah, I agree. And you said it right. It's chip away. It's not thinking. I mean, again, we've talked about it. You got to eat an elephant one bite at a time. You can't eat it all at once. So chip away at this lead, but it starts right here with playing defense and keeping Gulf Coast off the scoreboard.
The First American National Bank kick is going to be taken at the 10-yard line. Slips off one tackle, breaks off another, and is going to be hit and dropped eventually at the 35. And a good return there by the Bulldogs to start the third quarter of play. And I will tell you, the type of performance we need here in the second half is the same type of performance I saw out of Brad Boggs, killing that halftime meal there. That was impressive, Brad.
Well, I mean, I walked down there to use the facilities, and somebody handed me a box. I didn't know what was in it.
Well, did you folks ever tell you to take stuff from strangers?
Well, I did, and I took it, and there was a sandwich in there.
And it was good.
And I ate that sandwich because I was hungry.
And I just ate a cookie you just got from a stranger. I'm a little bit concerned now.
Well, you ought to be because I'm concerned too.
There's a pass on first down. Good for another first down as they move the ball out to the 46-yard line. We've got a scoreboard update ready for you here after this next play from the Bulldogs. The scoreboard update being brought to you by First American National Bank here in Fulton. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. The Indians are there, ready for it, and they make the play.
And that's what they got to continue to do is keep stacking it up like that, stopping that run. And, again, we need to force Gulf Coast to punt right here.
Itawamba AHS, they're up 21-3 over North Pontotoc. That's late in the first quarter. And in the first quarter as well, Nettleton is up 7-0 over Saltillo. And so Gulf Coast with it now, second down and 9 after that gain of 1 on the carry. And a handoff in the backfield. The Indians are there, and they make the play.
Great job there. Great penetration
on the play by number 20, Jalen
Rush.
Third down and long for the Bulldogs.
So great job there by ICC's defense. Now they back Gulf Coast up. It's a third and long situation here. And so, again, if we can get this stop right here, Mr. Ingram, that's big.
No doubt about it. Get some momentum. As you mentioned, 3rd and 15. We just started the third quarter. 28-7, Gulf Coast up.
So the snap back, quarterback looking to throw. And he is a face mask on the Indians. He'll scramble forward to get back to the original line of scrimmage. But, man, the Indians were there to make the stop. Just unfortunately grabbed him by the face mask, and that'll be a result in a first down.
Yeah, again, good penetration. It flushed McQuaid out of the from the back out of the pocket back there. And when he was running through to make the tackle, of course, as some of us do, and they reached out, of course, because he was trying to get by him. And when he reached out, his hand went to the face mask, and that was all it needed.
Well, guys, another scoreboard update, one we're going to keep an eye on. You know, last week there was a lot of questions. Was Jones good? Were we bad? What was the situation? Well, Jones, they showing they bad. They up 29-7 over East Mississippi.
Woo!
And that's in the first half.
That is surprising.
When you say bad, you mean bad.
They bad.
They're good. No doubt about it.
29-7
over East Mississippi.
No gain on the carry there for the Bulldogs. They lead this game 28-7. Inside 13 minutes to go here in the third quarter. I'm Adam Gore, joined by Jim Ingram and Dr. Brad Boggs here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Pistol formation for the Bulldogs. Pass out to the flat is complete at the 40. Makes one man miss, dives forward, and moves the chains with another first down.
That's been the story all night, Mr. Ingram. It's just been those quick strike passes right there. They haven't beat us going long downfield. They had a couple good shots downfield long, but they really haven't beat us long. It's been those just stop, just those short, quick passes.
Like you said, 3-step, drop back, throw the ball, catch the ball, run 3 or 4 more yards. The coach has played well doing that.
Same formation here out of the pistol. This time the handoff to the long running back in the backfield. Knifes it back across the middle. Cuts across the way. There is a flag down, and the turf monster got him. Thank goodness, because I don't know if an Indian would have been able to get to him had he turned the corner. But it does look like this may be in the vicinity of holding here on the Bulldogs.
But you got one of their offensive linemen down there who really didn't want to get up off the ground. He was pleading his case.
Yeah, right.
Offense number 70.
So a big time break there for the Indians, as the Bulldogs rush for another first down. Would have been in the red zone there, but instead now it's going to back them up, and what would have been, wow, it's backing them way up, as the ball now is going to be at the 42-yard line. So it'll be a first down and 20 situation now. Bulldogs check the play at the line of scrimmage after ICC shows pressure coming from the secondary. See if the Indians stay with that or if they'll drop out of it. Play action fake. Loads up, throws to the far side of the field. In and out of the hands of the wide receiver. Guys, that's going to be one at the end of the night. When Cyrus Hartfield goes back and watches this game, he's going to know that's one he should have reeled in.
That's one of the first few times I've seen McQuaid drop back like that in a set pattern, and more than a 2 or 3 step drop back where he dropped back to throw a deep pass.
No doubt about it. And, Brad, I have not seen them drop any passes either. That's one of the first drops I've seen tonight.
So inside 12 minutes ago here in the third quarter, 28-7, Gulf Coast with the lead. Bulldogs looking to pass. Pocket collapse. McQuaid scrambles, tried to get to the outside, and what a play. Okay, not the scramble of McQuaid, but his running back, Cam Thomas, rushed downfield, turned into a lead blocker, and helped him pick up an extra 4 yards on that play.
That's just being aware. That's good football right there, and knowing that his quarterback was flushed out of the pocket and going ahead and just being aware and lead blocking for his quarterback.
So it's going to be a third down and long. Let's call it third down and 15 now here for the Bulldogs. Pistol formation, 2 receivers on the far side of the field. Play action fake. Pass is going to be down the field. He's going to try to spin and get the first down. The Indians are going to stop him maybe a yard shy. And no, they're going to say move the chains. Wow.
Really?
What a horrible spot.
I would go Gulf Coast probably would have gone for it anyway.
No. They're saying, hold on, don't move the chains.
Fourth down and 1. Right?
No, down they're saying move. There's no way that's a first down. The marker is a clear yard away from where the ball's spotted. And the referee's going to give him a first down. And he's standing right there. He had to turn and look clear to his right to see it. There's a flag down. And speaking of that, that brings up a perfect opportunity to remind you, like the official, if you need to go get your eyes checked, you can do so by visiting Cagle Eye Center. Set up your appointment today by calling 862-EYES. That's 862-EYES. And I may need to go get some blood pressure pills on top of that. Brad, you been to see Cagle yet?
No, not yet. No, I'm still. Moose Miller gave me these glasses, and she was really worried about me struggling with my eyesight there in the office and brought these to me. And I think she found them one day out in the parking lot. And they're really not for me. They're not my prescription at all. I've just been wearing them.
But she cared about you and brought them to you at least.
Yeah, I mean,
even though she found them in the parking lot.
I can't see any better with them on, but
yeah. It looks good. You look a lot more. You're an intelligent young man, but you look a lot more intelligent with the glasses.
I need all the help I can get.
Bulldogs load up and go deep. One-on-one opportunity there. Ball batted around, and they're going to call a pass interference on the Indians.
Pass incomplete in the end zone.
Yeah, went deep on it again. Again, they're dropping back and McQuaid going deep. Now they're trying to take some long shots here with McQuaid, which, again, we did not see it with him. We saw it more with the backup there, Asher Morgan. But now we're seeing Gulf Coast trying to take some shots.
Well, the Indians deflected the ball before it got to the receiver. They're going to talk this one over
Play
here.
is an incomplete pass.
Thank you.
Pass interference against the defense.
No, it's
Number
not.
20.
No, it's not. It's
10-yard
not.
penalty. Automatic first down.
It's not pass interference. He got his hand up. He never made contact with the receiver. The same official that saw the marker a yard and a half away from first down calls the pass interference. Again, Cagle Eye Center would love to meet you, young man. So a break there for the Bulldogs, as it's now going to be first down and 10 inside the 20. Handoff up the middle. Nice strong run there. Guys, I've been very impressed with Xavier Evans tonight. We talked about the thunder and lightning combo of Evans and the other running back. Evans, this kid is tough.
You mentioned him, Adam. He's 5'8", 215 pounds, good speed, and a bowling ball when he gets the ball.
So it'll be a second down and let's call it 7 situation now for the Bulldogs. Inside 10 minutes to play. Here come the Indians in the backfield, and they make the play. Well, that's what we needed there, guys. As the Indians sent the house, they were able to get to the quarterback at RPO and just made the wrong decision there. And ICC was back there. Chris Rogers with the sack, and it's going to be a third down and long situation. The Bulldogs, they've had this a couple times on this drive, and they've been able to convert. ICC defense needs to find a way to come up with a stop here. Pressure coming. Quarterback's going to step up now, flips it forward to Evans. Evans gets past one, spins down to about the 15. And it's going to be, well, hold on. He got to the 15, needed to get to the 10. We'll see if that same referee is going to give him the first down or not.
No,
he's not. I'm actually going over the top a little bit now for those watching or listening. But it will be a 4th down and 5 situation, and the Bulldogs going to bring out the kicking unit here.
31-yard field goal attempt, Adam.
This appears to be 38. Gabe Showalter that will step into this kick. As Jim mentioned, a 31-yard attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So put 3 more on the board for the Bulldogs, and they lead it 31-7. We're going to take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
And welcome back as you hear the ICC All-American Band playing right below us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Indians getting set to receive this First American National Bank kick once again from the Bulldogs. Showalter just made that field goal, makes it a 31-7 lead now in favor of the Bulldogs. He's been booting them into the end zone as well tonight, so he has been impressive. Another kick that's going to be taken at the 1-yard line now by the Indians. This is Zay Davis. Davis getting a block now, breaks up the middle, and shoestring tackle by the Bulldogs at the 30-yard line. If they don't make that tackle, Zay Davis is quick as a hiccup, and he might have had a whole lot of green grass in front of him.
He is very explosive. We get him in the open field, he can do some damage. Needs one more step there to break away. Brad, we're down 31-7. Need to play with pride. Need to get the offense rolling here, help our defense out, keep the offense on the field, and find a way to get a few points.
Yeah, we need to strike, don't have time to waste, really, to get back in this game. Good return there on the kickoff, so let's hope the Indians can strike fast.
Parker's going to toss this one out to Watts. Watts follows his blocker, throws his head, gets out to the 40-yard line. Nice pickup there by Watts on first down. It's going to be good for a gain of 8 on the play. So to bring up a second down and 2 here for the Indians.
Good blocking by the offensive line. As you mentioned, Adam, a positive gain of 8 yards, second down, 2nd and 2. Ball's at our own 40-yard line, 7:50 left in the third period. Gulf Coast 31, ICC 7.
3 receivers on the far side of the field. The give is to be to Watts. He just tried to turn upfield, nothing going there. Great pursuit in the backfield by the Bulldogs.
That's what I say. Just so much penetration there by the D-line again on our O-line. It just pushed them backwards, basically, and we lost yardage on that, didn't we?
3rd down and 3 for ICC.
So, yeah, loss of 1 on the play brings up a 3rd down and 3 situation. 7.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bulldogs leading this one 31-7 over the Indians. Pistol formation, movement. Should be a free play here as flags flying. Actually, I don't think it should have been. It's one of those situations where contact was made between the lineman and offensive lineman. With the defensive lineman, offside is going to be the call.
Number 4, the 5-yard penalty, reserved for the 1st down.
So that will result in a 1st down there. 1st down being brought to you by Davis Ford here in Fulton. Tell you what, you need a vehicle, I need a vehicle. So you know where I'm going to go? 904 West Main Street, right here in Fulton. You want to know why? Because I need to experience the Davis Ford difference.
We all do.
And experience the Davis Ford difference.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 here. ICC with the football, passes it out to the flat. Reeled in that time by Smith on the reception. A gain of 5 on the play. Let's make it a gain of 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, great little throw and catch there. Again, like you say, picked up a quick 6 yards there. That's all it was. Quick drop back, quick little pass, quick gain of 6.
They actually moved the chain up now, so they're going to say a gain of 7. And this is going to be a give to Brooks. Brooks lowers his head and takes a nasty hit there, but is able to fight forward, and we're a yard shy, so that should be a 1st down, but instead it's going to be a 3rd down and 1. I'll promise I'll quit now.
4th down at the 47-yard line. 3rd down and 1 for ICC.
Big down right here for the Indians. It'd be good to go ahead and pick up this 1st down and keep the ball moving.
So a 3rd down and 1 situation here. Oh, big time hit, but what the strength of Brooks that time. He absorbed that hit, was able to fall forward and gain the 1st down. A late flag coming in on the play.
Extracurricular going on down there, I imagine.
We'll see what they call here. So referees talk this one over.
The result of the play is a 1st down for ICC. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the offense. 15-yard penalty. It's 1st down.
On who?
Offense.
It said number 2.
That's what I was looking at. It says
Sessom. So, man, it's just, guys, it's one of those situations where it's almost setting up to be that kind of season. When it rains, it pours. When something bad can go wrong, it's going to happen. And I hate to say that 2 games into the season, but you look at the key injuries we have. Guys that weren't available in game 1, guys that aren't available tonight. We get the 1st down, we're moving down the field, and then all of a sudden a 15-yard penalty backs us up. So it's just when it rains, it pours, and right now it's pouring on the Indians in the first 2 games of the season. So Parker will be your quarterback. 1st down and 10. Pressure coming. They set up the screen pass, and that is actually Watts, and they had pressure on the quarterback, and then enough guys laid back to drop Watts for a loss of about 6 on the play.
I think they were in the huddle with us when we called that play.
The 34-yard line.
So 5.5 to play here. 31-7, Gulf Coast with the lead. Got Mabus checking in. Trying to give a roll try to get ICC fired up here late in the contest. So it'll be a 2nd down. Let's call it 16 situation now. Coming up on 5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. And the Indians going to have to burn a timeout as the play clock runs out. Let's take the timeout with them here from Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Indians trail at 31-7. Back with more right after this.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, And whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back out of the timeout. ICC trailing this one 31-7 to Gulf Coast. And the Indians trying to find something going here on the offensive side of the football. Parker flushed out of the pocket, multiple flags flying, going to sling this one downfield, and didn't have quite enough arm under it. And guys, this is probably going to be in the area of holding on the Indians.
Yeah, everybody but me and you and Mr. Ingram threw a flag right there.
Well, for those that are watching here, supporting ICC, we appreciate you tuning in on the Red Channel, Let'sGoICCTV.com. Weather permitting, we'll have soccer coming your way tomorrow here from Fulton. I'm going to say, looking at the forecast, probably not going to happen, but we're going to try our best to stream tomorrow's soccer matches between Hines and ICC here in Fulton. You can follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC to find out the status of that live stream tomorrow. So penalty is declined via 3rd down and 16. Parker, time to throw, pocket collapse, spins off a would-be tackler in the backfield, makes another one miss, and now will be eventually brought down. A whole lot of running for only a gain of 1.
Fullback sack for a loss on the play.
Got a lineman down back there. I think it's a lineman.
I believe so. Hopefully just cramping on the field there, as it's going to be an injury timeout. We're going to take it with them. Let's hear from Davis Ford and be back with more right after this.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed, attach images to your transactions, apply travel notices to your account, and make person-to-person payments. You can even set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or just to monitor your account balance. The best part is that you can bank anytime, anywhere. At First American National Bank, get that hometown feel the high-tech touch.
Little Caesars is now the official pizza sponsor of the NFL. Let's go! Come on, keep it hot.
It's good. Pizza, pizza.
Again.
Harder, readier. Let's go, let's go.
Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza. No, pull. High five.
Pizza, pizza.
Come on.
Pizza, pizza.
We're ready.
Enjoy game day with a Fanceroni pepperoni with over 100 old world pepperonis.
Pizza, pizza.
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of severe vision loss in adults over the age of 50. Symptoms are gradual loss to see objects clearly. Objects appear distorted in shape. Darker empty areas appear in the center of your vision. In a comprehensive eye exam, your optometrist will perform a variety of tests to determine if you have macular degeneration. For questions or concerns, call Cagle Eye Center in Fulton at 862-EYES, providing professional comprehensive eye care to the people of Itawamba County and the surrounding areas. Cagle Eye Center. Ooh,
fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That's Quindarius Hodges that was shaken up on the play, and he's having to be helped to the sidelines. See Brother Chris out there helping him. My Brother Chris, of course, the director of the ICC BSU, who is a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. As the punt on its way, try to put some pressure on it, and this one's going to be off the side of the foot. We'll take an Indian roll, but Gulf Coast will have great field position here. as they will have it 1st and 10. Talk about a few more of our other sponsors. Brandon Poland, your State Farm insurance agent here in Itawamba County. Also the ICC Wesley Foundation, proud to sponsor tonight's action here from Fulton. 4:18 to go here in the third quarter. 31-7 is your score in favor of Gulf Coast. So the Indians defense will come back out here trying to make a play. Bulldogs with it, play action fake, looking to pass, goes to the long side of the field, and it's incomplete. Intended for Jonathan Harris. And so to bring up a second down and 10.
Taking more long shots here, Mr. Ingram, than they did earlier in the first half. So I don't know if they're just testing out their offense and seeing what they have in the playbook and see if it works with McQuaid or not. But I sure didn't see this in the first half.
No, we didn't. And when you're up 31-7, you would think you'd want to run the ball, run some clock, or run short passes. It's like a run in play, get tackled in bounds, and run the clock. But they threw a long pass there.
Well, that time they handed off to Cam Thomas. He was bottled up in the backfield, was able to dive forward and gain 1. So it'll be a 3rd down and 9 situation. Coming up on 3.5 to play here in the third quarter. Well, if you're listening or watching, hit us up on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. Let us know if you're tuned in to ICC football here on the ICC Sports Network. Pressure coming from the Indians. Stand in the pocket. Pass is complete for the first down and then some. Ball on the turf. Still loose. Do the Indians have it?
Say they do.
And they do.
Your favorite referee's over there, so I don't know.
That's true. Who knows about that, guys? It was Smith, Antavian Smith, coming up with the fumble recovery for the Indians. As that ball just bounced around and eventually found its way to someone wearing a red jersey. And guys, right now, if you're ICC, you got to play with pride. You got
no doubt about it.
Yes, it's 31-7, 3:25 to go here in the third quarter. But you got to find a way to battle through and make something happen here.
Adam, I was getting ready to say, we are down 31-7. We've had a rough start to the year, Brad, but we're hustling. We just stripped the ball there, got the fumble. I like the effort by the defense there. Don't worry about what the score is. Just play hard. Play with pride.
First down being brought to you by Davis Ford here in Fulton. Now Parker wants to run, makes one man miss, gets across the 40, down near the 45.
Had plenty of time back there, still good coverage in the secondary by Gulf Coast.
And he moved the chain at him.
I cannot fuss anymore because the referee gave us 2 yards for the first down.
I watched it. Oh, man.
Jump ball going down the sideline and good coverage by Gulf Coast. Pass incomplete.
Brad, I am very, very convinced this referee does not like 2nd and 1.
Yeah,
it's going to be a first down.
Let's just go ahead and get it a first down. Let's move the chains. I don't even want to bring them out and measure.
34-yard line.
Huh.
And so it will be a 2nd down and 10 after the Indians take the big shot there. We got, of course, as always, Donna Thomas checking in, making sure we're behaving ourselves. Will Bunch, knowing he's not behaving himself right now, as ICC with it, going to swing this one out wide to Davis. Davis gets forward across the 50, down to the 49-yard line. And second time we've seen that play tonight, guys, where Davis basically just runs a circle around the quarterback to get momentum going his way. And another solid pickup.
Yeah, we had a long. That was the long one there that he in the first quarter, I think, where Davis caught that pass and gained, what was it, 40-something yards off of that?
Yeah, 45 yards.
45. So still got us positive yards here.
3rd down and 2 for the Indians. Parker with it, going to tuck and run. He'll have the first down and then some. Makes one man miss in the open field, down to the 25, bounces off a tackle, and it's going to be knocked down there. And a huge pickup there for the Indians.
Yeah, again, everything went out wide. He was able to see, of course, great coverage, and the middle opened up. He took off and had plenty of running room.
So we talked about the Indians. They need to find a good answer here, just put together a good drive, and they've done so far. So 1st down and 10 being brought to you by Davis Ford here in Fulton. Indians getting the play call from the sideline. 8 seconds on the play clock. Oliver in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff. And then the turf monster trips him up as he tries to cut back.
Handoff to number 4,
but does not able to get his feet underneath him. And the clock rolling between 1:30 to go here in the third.
No gain on the play. Taken out of 10 for ICC.
Well, you need a quick strike here, Mr. Ingram, especially where our field position is. I'd love to see something if we could, if there was some play that we have drawn up and go to the end zone.
No doubt about it. As we mentioned, 31-7, third quarter's running out. Definitely 4-down territory, but we need to score early and quickly.
Parker quickly gets that one out, caught by the Indians, out to the 20-yard line.
Number 10, Nick Fortune.
And that was Fortune that reels in that pass.
Out of bounds at the 21
and now we're
yard
inside
line.
a minute to play here in the third quarter.
3rd down and 6 for ICC.
31-7, Gulf Coast with the lead. The Indians, though, trying to trim into that a little bit here. 3rd down and 6. Got to figure this is 2-down territory here for the Indians as they are knocking on the door of that red zone. They're on the 21-yard line right now.
We have offsides.
Offsides going to be 3rd and 1, or it might be. It's 3rd and 1. They might make it 1st down.
We'll see.
Well, they could because he doesn't like 3rd and 1.
That's right.
Let's just go ahead and call it the 1st down.
So the referees getting together here.
Same side of that defense on Gulf Coast that jumped that one other time, too.
And the referee, well, he thought he said he knew what he was going to say, but
he's moving the chains.
Offside, defense number 15, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So we'll be 3rd down and inches here. Really surprised they didn't go with the 1st down call. This is going to be Brooks with the handoff. He will march the ball forward, and that should, his forward progress should give him enough for the 1st down as they move inside the red zone. When the Indians moving through the red zone, over Tommy Morgan, real estate agent Ricky Murphy says, ICC fans, when you're ready to make the move, remember to give him a call at 662-321-9824. 662-321-9824. That's Tommy Morgan, real estate agent Ricky Murphy. He's my real estate guy as we end the third quarter here, so I can't suggest another one out there for you right now. So we'll take you to the fourth quarter and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Over 100 crispy Old World pepperoni. Cheesy crust edge.
This Fanceroni pepperoni from Little Caesars is fancy.
Am I fancy enough for the Fanceroni? I'm wearing cargo shorts.
But Tim, me too. Fancy isn't measured by your inseam. Fancy comes from here. Cause if you are what you eat, then we're all feeling mighty fancy today.
Yeah! Try the Fanceroni pepperoni with over 100 Old World pepperoni. Pizza, pizza.
And the chop is fired up here as we enter the fourth quarter of play. ICC turning this one 31-7 with the ball 1st down and 10 from the 15-yard line. And the Bulldogs snuff that one out, knocking back for a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd down and 12 here for the Indians.
Loss of yardage on the play.
Well, Brad, you've said it a couple of times tonight. It seemed like Gulf Coast was in our huddle on that one. Well, that one as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they were they could have handed the ball off with us, which they basically did.
Parker.
Can't hold it that long.
Oh, no, he spins out of it. Now he's going to try to run.
That's
got the open field, and it's going to be a touchdown, Indians. Well, that's what you get when you get a scrambling quarterback. You get the opportunity, a chance to be able to run one like that. 17-yard touchdown run. Red Parker, the first collegiate touchdown of his career. And the Indians get on the board. So winning the extra point here as Shane Lasher will get set to step into this kick. Snaps a bad one, gets right below him. Lasher needs to fall on it. And while the referees are not blowing this dead, now they do, as Lasher was on top of the football, and just a tough break there for the Indians after the bad snap. But luckily for the Indians, the Bulldogs weren't able to chase that one down. We'll take a break and hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That 17-yard touchdown run by Red Parker makes it a 31-13 score in favor of Gulf Coast. Bad snap, was not able to get the kick away there on the extra point. So a good answer by the Indians. That's what we said. We want to see some fight left in the Indians, even though the game no longer in doubt. As Lasher sends this one end over end, going to be taken at the 10-yard line by the Bulldogs. Try to cut to the far side of the field, gets around the corner looking for a block. Gets it and gets out to the 40 before he's ran out of bounds.
Yeah, the kick coverage kind of got jumbled up here in the middle, Mr. Ingram, and Gulf Coast was able to see it, and they could string it out a little wider there to get out wide and cut the corner, and so ended up with a decent return there.
So it'll be a first down and 10 for the Bulldogs as the ball will be at the 35-yard line. Bulldogs staying with the quarterback, Pat McQuaid. Been impressed with him tonight. The southpaw out of Ohio gets the snap and is going to pass it out in a hurry here. Ball is short, and they're going to say it's incomplete as it one hopped into the hands of the receiver there. So it'll be a second down and 10.
I tell you, you talk about McQuaid, and I have been impressed, but I'd like to see Morgan come out. Dude, I mean, he's got an arm.
No, not about it. The second-team quarterback, McQuaid, is a good-looking quarterback, left-handed, 5'11", 185, but their backup is 6'4", 220, and can really sling it.
Well, they're both fresh.
Right.
Wow.
So second down and 10. Clock is stopped with 14:08 to play here. Quaid dropping back to pass, goes to the long side of the field. Pass is complete, hit and knocked out of bounds. But it will be good for another first down for the Bulldogs. Not only am I impressed by McQuaid, but he's been making a lot of long throws from one side of the field to the other. Been pretty accurate.
Very accurate, good timing with him and the receivers. Good communication. Very steady. Playing very well from them tonight. Of course, we're in the fourth quarter, 31-13, Gulf Coast up on the Indians.
Handoff to the long back in the backfield. He is hit and tattooed hard as he crosses the 50. But a solid pickup there of about 6 on first down. Boy, I thought that was Evans, but no, that's another big running back they've got. Jamari Thompson listed at 6'2", 230.
Brad, they're now doing what we thought they should be doing earlier in the second half. They're running the football, running some clock. They got a commanding lead, 31-13. Coming up on 13 minutes left in the ball game.
High snap, quarterback able to jump up and get it. And the give once again is going to be to Thompson, and he's going to carry it across. And yeah, got to be careful over there as you start to see some tempers starting to fly. We've got some scoreboard updates for you. Nettleton leading Saltillo 21-15. That's in the third quarter. Waterman is up 21-7 over East Webster 3 minutes ago until halftime. Water Valley up 33-0 over Bruce. That's at halftime. And right down the road from us, Itawamba AHS taking care of business 31-3 over North Pontotoc. That's also in the third quarter.
Great play right there by the Indians.
Lots of yardage on the play. Red sack made by
Go back
number
and
20,
look at this one,
Jalen Rush.
as that was, I believe, Rush.
Second down and long for the Bulldogs.
Jalen Rush. We've called his name a few times tonight defensively. He's been playing solid for the Indians. And we've got another player down for ICC. Time on the field. Let's take it with them and be back with more right after this.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
So when are you going to get me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle in the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
And welcome back out of that injury timeout. Your score 31-13 in favor of Gulf Coast. That was Fairley that was shaken up. Brandon Fairley, he was able to walk off on his own power there. So it's going to be a second down and long situation. Let's call it second down and 16. Quarterback keeps, throws across his body, and what a catch and what a throw. My goodness. That was just a thing of beauty.
Mr. Ingham, the only thing that is puzzling me about this is, as we've talked about, we didn't see this Gulf Coast in the first half.
We saw a lot of short passes, 2 or 3 steps back, throwing a short pass. Now they're throwing the ball downfield with a commanding lead in the fourth quarter.
Pistol formation here on this first down for the Bulldogs. Give is going to be into the backfield. Running back bullies his way forward and gets a gain of about 10 on the play. Thompson looked like he was shot out of a rocket once he kind of got squared up and went upfield. Nope, they're going to mark him a yard shy, so second down and 1.
Well, I'd have thought that would have been a first down.
I would have too.
I did too. So coming up on 11 minutes to play here in the contest, second down and 1. Thompson still in the backfield. New running back in the backfield now. And he's going to string it out and get the first down, as that was Dayan Bilbo.
Number 20, Dayan Bilbo with the carry.
So Dayan Bilbo with the carry, and yes, no, maybe.
At the 17-yard line.
They didn't give it to him?
They did give it to him. He's pointing.
There we go.
There we go.
I don't know what he's doing.
Hey, Adam.
Yes.
Guess what?
What?
NFL started tonight, and you're got a tie at the half, 10-10 between the Buffalo Bills and the Rams.
Nice. As there's a pass out to the flat, caught by the Bulldogs, and immediately stopped there, but another solid pickup on first down.
Pass complete to number 88.
Adam, looks like a 5-yard gain. Second down, second 5 for Gulf Coast. They're up 31-13. 10.5 minutes left in the ball game. Gulf Coast driving again on ICC's 13-yard line.
So the Bulldogs in the pistol formation, handoff. Running back in the backfield, comes to the right side, and somehow just Houdini's his way through traffic, doesn't get touched, and eventually is ran out of bounds.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I don't know how he got through there as smoothly as he did.
5-yard line, first down and goal for Gulf Coast.
So now it'll be first down and goal here for Gulf Coast. Don't know who Morville's playing, but they're playing Amory. 48-0, Amory over Morville, just down the road from us there.
I got Saltillo over Nettleton right now, 22-21 in the second.
So Saltillo coming back in that one as the Indians get to stop there.
Still in the second quarter.
And goal for the Bulldogs.
I have to check my fantasy football team. I forgot football was starting tonight.
Did you get in?
Well, I didn't make any of the adjustments probably, but I won the fantasy football league that we had last year, so I'm defending champion, so I got to do something. Quarterback rolls out, and the Indians make the stop.
Yeah, great play right there by Dominique Taylor coming up, making a stop on the quarterback, keeping McQuaid out of the end zone. I don't think he was really trying to run, but stringing the play out, trying to find an open receiver and wasn't able to, and Dominique coming up making the play.
Brad, I like the effort. We're down 31-13. 9 minutes left in the game. They got the ball inside our 10, and we're battling them with a lot of energy. I like the defensive effort.
So 3rd and goal from the 8. Pressure coming from the Indians.
Wide open.
And wide open. And again, third time tonight we've seen the Indians secondary just.
Number 10, Kamari Odom for a touchdown on the play.
You or I won, Adam could have thrown that pass over there.
I was going to say, I don't know how to put this politely, but nobody within 10 yards of the receiver, if that.
That's polite saying 10, to be honest with you, because I'm going to say it was a little further than that. But anyway.
Yeah, it's just a breakdown in the secondary for the Indians on what could have been a big play there to make the stop, but instead it's a touchdown and makes it 37-13. The kick is on its way, and it is no good. One of the few miscues we've seen out of the Bulldogs tonight. 37-13 is your score. We're going to take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, Roll Tide!
And welcome back after that 8-yard touchdown pass. The missed extra point makes it 37-13. Gulf Coast with the lead over the Indians here, getting ready for another First American National Bank kickoff. Brad, to let you know, I am down 22-0 in my fantasy football matchup. But the good news is I don't have anybody playing tonight.
Well,
so
there's always a positive.
There he is. So this First American National Bank kickoff is high into the evening here in Fulton. It's going to be taken at the 5-yard line. And ICC tries to get it up the field. That's Zay Davis. He's going to be hit and dropped after getting across the 30 down to about the 32-yard line is where the Indians will have it. 1st and 10, a first down being brought to you by Davis Ford. Well, once again, guys, if you're an ICC fan, you want to put it together. Put another drive together. Find what works offensively to be able to carry some momentum into next week.
No doubt about it. And we're down 37-13 fourth quarter. But we've seen some good things from Red Parker tonight. The true freshman quarterback. Got some good wheels, ran the ball well, kept his composure. Got our first 2 touchdowns of the year. Maybe let's go down there and get some more first downs. Let's score again here before this game ends.
So the Indians will have it 1st down and 10. Parker is your quarterback. You've got 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Watts in the backfield with him as a man in motion for the Indians. Parker throws over the middle. He's got Davis wide open. Blows by one guy. Splits between another couple and down to the 40.
You get the ball in Davis's hands. He's got any amount of space. He is slick and fast and hard to get down.
He's not only quick, but he is fast. He can really accelerate.
You'll see that speed right here as he just makes one man miss, and before you know it, it's down to the 40-yard line where it'll be another first down here for the Indians. 1st and 10 here for ICC.
And I like the composure from Parker in the pocket right back there.
That might be a
get on that. Get on it.
Football. Ooh. We catch a break.
Yeah, don't stand there.
I wonder if they changed that rule. Because last week we saw where they threw the ball clearly 4 yards backwards. The referees called it dead. That time they called that one dead, which was a lateral in my opinion. It looked like it was straight across, so we need to go back and check and make sure they didn't change any rules there. If anybody is watching or listening that is a referee that has my number, let me know.
I don't think they want to call you right now.
They probably don't. Parker tries to step up, and it's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. A loss of 6 on that sack there by the Bulldogs.
Didn't like what he saw right there, Mr. Ingram, as far as the coverage downfield. And so tried to step up and make a positive out of it. Ran into a brick wall.
He did. He did.
For ICC.
We got Dr. Bronson Verhaska checking in, giving us a roll tribe, trying to fire the guys up here with 7.5 to go in the contest. ICC trailing 37-13.
I bet who knows the new rule, if there's a new rule.
Who's that?
Donald Thomas.
Probably right.
No doubt in my mind.
We'll have a timeout taken here by the Bulldogs, as we'll take the timeout with them. Let's hear from Coke. I need a Coke. We'll be back with more right after this.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back out of the timeout, ladies and gentlemen. Your score here, 37-13. Gulf Coast with the lead with 7 minutes and 17 seconds left to play. At the end of the third quarter, Co-Lin leading Mississippi Delta 23-7. Pearl River and Northeast, they're going back and forth in that one. Inside 5 minutes to play, Pearl River 13, Northeast 13. Jones up 29-14 over East Mississippi. Run that time by the Indians and gets back to the original line of scrimmage, a pickup of 6. Jones 29, East Mississippi 14. That's early in the third quarter. Northwest is up 31-14 over Hines. So that is your First American National Bank scoreboard update. Indians have it, 4th down and 10. Going to go for it here. Now they're going to let us swap here. And send in the kicking unit. So ICC will...
Keep in mind, Parker is our punter.
That's right. He will get set to punt this one away. Good snap. Booms this kick.
Good Lord.
Fair catch call and taken at about the 6-yard line. Is where the Bulldogs will have it after that Little Caesars punt. You know, they talked about that new pizza that has like 100 old school pepperonis on it.
Old school.
Man, yeah, the small piece. You remember that when you was little, you had the small pepperonis that curled up when you cooked?
Yeah.
That little extra crispy?
Yeah.
Yeah, fresh.
That's what they got?
That's what they got. You know what we're probably going to have after the game?
Little Caesars.
You're right.
Old school pepperoni.
I owe you like 30 pizzas from baseball season.
Yeah, and I didn't even win the punt, pass, and kick.
That's true. So I probably need to eventually pay off on those. So it's going to be a 1st down and 10 here for Gulf Coast. Fumble on the field. Gulf Coast was able to fall on top of it. Boy, that could have been a huge moment there for the Indians if they could have fell on top of it. Looks like a new quarterback.
Yeah, boy, that's the backup freshman from Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken.
Trying to see. Can't really get a good look on his number here.
Is that not Asher Morgan, the freshman from Philadelphia? Number 9?
I can't tell. Because
it is.
Jerseys are hard.
Yeah, it is. So it is going to be Asher Morgan here. Going with the hard snap, captain, to get the Indians to jump. Handoff up the middle. And a nice pickup there to get about 5 yards on the carry after losing 3 on the fumble. So Bilbo on the carry, coming up now on 5.5 minutes to play. We do want you to remind you to stay tuned. We'll have the Renaissance Bank postgame report coming your way. For those watching on Let's Go ICC TV, we'll have some replays from the highlights of this contest, as well as some breakdown and thoughts from tonight, and look ahead to next week's contest. Pressure coming from the Indians, wrapped up, and pass interference. 0 down on that
number
one.
10, Kamari Odom, flag down at the end of the play.
Tough break there. Indians forced him into a bad throw. And then you just had, that time, Troy Sims, a coaching opportunity. Troy was trying to make a play.
Defense number 28, 10-yard
Well, they called it holding.
Automatic first down.
So that will be an automatic first down on the play. Again, the Indians get some opportunities, just can't take and cash in on them, and again, shoot themselves in the foot. It's one of those you hope we got everything out of our system in these first two games and be ready to roll when we enter division play next week against Northeast. So first down and 10. Low snap, handled there, and the pass is going to be short as Morgan was tattooed on the play as he released the football. And so bring up a second down and 10. So 5 minutes and 9 seconds to go in this one, 37-13. Gulf Coast with the lead here over the Indians. And it's going to be a handoff, and the Indians are there in the backfield to make the play.
Yeah, great job on that left side with that D-line right there with the penetration to stop the run, and actually, I guess it was a loss, wasn't it?
Yeah, Thomas and Musselman both got there. Again, we're going to lose this game. It's 37-13.
Well, that's not positive right there, Mr.
I'm
Ingram.
sorry.
Come on, Mr. Jim.
4:45 left in the ball game. However, my positive point is we're hustling and still playing hard.
So back to throw again are the Bulldogs. The Indians coming. No! Wow! What a heads-up play there by Morgan. He was halfway to the ground, and just before his knee hit, kind of old-school option, pitched it out. And Bilbo was able to turn what looked to be disaster into about a 5-yard gain. And it will be a fourth down and long. Good job by the Indians defensively so far to force the Bulldogs into this punting situation.
Good job by the defense.
You're exactly right, Mr. Ingram, and they are, and that is the positive thing. The Indians still aren't giving up. They're still battling. They're out there fighting, even though we're way back there, and I don't know what happened right there.
You just got a little early jump.
A little early jump.
But
and now we got some pushing and shoving going on after the end of the play. Look, I get it. You're frustrated. Now, granted, it was the Gulf Coast guy that kind of shoved first because he didn't like the fact that the ICC player came in and kind of ran into him. But it's one of those, at the end of the night, just let it go. You got a game next week. You want to be available for that game. And so it'll be a fourth down and one situation here. And so it will be a Little Caesars punt coming up here for the Bulldogs. Maybe Caleb McCoy back to receive this one. Nice kick, spiraling kick. Taken by the Indians. Fair catch is called. Excuse me, that was not McCoy. That was actually Mosley back to take that one there. So the Indians will have it with a first down and 10 situation here. 3:33 left to play. It's just going to be one of those situations here, guys, where the Indians, you've got a chance to practice like your 2-minute drill in a game situation here. So that's what you kind of want to come out in that mindset. Go down, score, have some time left on the clock, see if you can get an onside kick, make something crazy happen. But you got to take care of the football. One thing the Indians have not been able to do tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. You got to take care of the ball here and play smart.
The Indians lobbed this one downfield, and actually between two different players there, didn't know which one that was intended for, either Sessom or Sandgren that time for the Indians.
Yeah, trying to take a deep shot down the field, the Indians are, which, when you're at this point in the stage in the game, there's nothing wrong with that, but just wasn't there. Good coverage by Gulf Coast. The pass was obviously too long for any, for ICC or Gulf Coast, thankfully.
And this is going to be a handoff here to the lone running back in the backfield. He's going to be hit, driven back, but they're going to give him a gain of 1 on the play.
Getting feathers ruffled out there.
I would say another one where just a little pushing and shoving going on at the end of the night.
Gain of a yard on the play, 3rd down and 9 for ICC.
So it'll be a 3rd down and 9 situation here. As a coach in this situation on both sides of the field, this last 3 minutes of the clock can't run out fast enough.
No, and like you say, I think you said it earlier, you don't want anyone, this is the time you especially don't want somebody to get hurt. I mean, you don't want anybody to get hurt anyway, but when you're dealing with something like this, you don't want anybody to get hurt. Good pass right there, good catch.
Pass complete to number 10, Nick Fortune.
That was Nick Fortune. Called his name a lot tonight. A good open field tackle.
4th down and 5 for ICC.
After a gain of about 4 on the play, brings up a 4th down and 5 situation here. Looks like we'll have a little Caesars punt coming up here as Parker will just drop back from his quarterback position into the punting position now here for ICC.
Number 6, Ramon Bradley, will be back to return the punt.
So waiting the snap. It's a good one. Not really a lot of pressure, and wow, what a kick.
What a punt.
This one's going to hit and roll and picked up by the Bulldogs.
That's dangerous.
Good open field tackle, but my, oh my, what a kick from Parker. It died at the 1 yard line. The Bulldogs picked it up and dived forward out to about the 2, maybe 3, but that, ladies and gentlemen, was a boomer.
What'd you get on it?
I missed it. I'm looking at it now.
Go ahead and say 85. That sounds good.
No, hang on.
I just can't do the math. The reason why I'm asking you. I was looking at it.
About a 56-yarder.
I like it. I'm going with it. You could have told me 77.
No, it's about 56 yards, but I'm very proud. Red Parker punting the ball well tonight.
No, it really is. And we saw that at Jones. You know, when Nixon got hurt, we saw Parker come in and boom, a couple punts there.
Handoff right up the middle there for the Bulldogs. Gain of about 8 to 7 on the play. Call it a 2nd down and 3 situation here for the Bulldogs. Coming on a minute and a half to play before this one is final. ICC trailing 37-13 here to the Bulldogs of Gulf Coast.
I don't believe they're going to be throwing the ball at them.
Handoff again right up the middle. Another solid pickup of about 6 or 7 on the play. Gets the ball out to the 20. And it'll be a 1st down here for Gulf Coast.
1st down and 10 for Gulf Coast.
One more play, and then they could just knee their way out on this one as they're going to let the clock run down as far as they can. Remind you to stay tuned for the Renaissance Bank post-game report coming your way. At the conclusion of this one, no, they are going to throw it.
First
Not only
down.
do they throw it, then they get out of bounds. Well, sometimes when you give a quarterback a run-pass option, he wants to take the opportunity to get his passing numbers up, and I think that was one of those situations there. So it does move the chains. The ball will be at the 31, and it'll be now the clock running with 50 seconds to go. Figure a handoff here and a knee, and that'll do it. Give is going to be to the long back in the backfield. Now breaks to the open field, lowers his head, gets across the 45.
Number 41, Jamari Thompson.
And Thompson with the carry moves the chains once again, so that will stop the clock. And now it's rolling here. Gulf Coast can let this one run all the way down, take a delay of game if they want to, or hand it off and then kneel their way to victory.
Or throw another one.
Or call a 1st down. And they are going to keep it on the ground. They dive across the 50-yard line down to the 58, and that should do it. Guys, your final score in this one, 37-13. Gulf Coast bounces back from a loss to Northwest, and the Indians fall to 0-2 on the season. We're going to take a timeout and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report here from Fulton. Your final score, 37-13.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Little Caesars is now the official pizza sponsor of the NFL. Let's go! Come on, keep it hot.
It's good! Pizza?
Again!
Harder, readier! Let's go!
Pizza.
Pizza.
Pizza. No! Pull! high five.
Pizza, pizza.
Come on.
Pizza, pizza.
We're ready.
Enjoy game day with a Fanceroni Pepperoni with over 100 Old World pepperonis.
Pizza, pizza.
Why didn't you answer your phone?
You're not gonna believe what just... You bought a Coca-Cola with 0 sugar?
Yeah. Why?
Come on, it has 0 sugar.
Yep. And it's delicious.
I don't believe it.
Just try something new. You'll love it.
This does taste great.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Renaissance Bank post-game report. Your final score here from Fulton. Gulf Coast with a 37-13 win here over ICC. And guys, good first quarter. Gulf Coast answered with that 21-0 run and just kind of fell short after that. Your thoughts on the game tonight, Mr. Jim? We'll start with you.
I'll say this, Adam. We lost 37-13. Gulf Coast is a good football team. We played 2 good football teams the first 2 weeks of the season. Yes, we lost to Jones and Gulf Coast. I saw some things positive tonight, Brad. We non-division game again, okay? The first 2 games for non-division against 2 good football teams. We need to make some improvements in a lot of areas, but tonight we made improvements on the offensive side of the ball. I got to believe that Red Parker's the player of the game for us. Not only did he punt well, he handled the offense well. Yes, we only scored 13 points, but we didn't score any last week. So there's some positives there. We never gave up. We never quit. We're getting to the real season next week. We hit division play against our rival at home, a big game coming up.
Yeah, Mr. Ingram, I agree with you. There's positives going forward, and what we want and hope is the team continues to build on these positives and don't take the 2 losses here and take that opportunity to put the brakes on, quit, whatever. And I hate to say it that way, but because I'm like you, you got 2 South opponents that we have faced these first 2 games, Jones and Gulf Coast, and anybody can say whatever you want to say. Well, the luck of the draw of the schedule, and it is, but again, we had a ranked opponent in Jones who is doing great against East Mississippi tonight, as we see. So very, very talented Jones team. And then Gulf Coast always puts forth a very, very talented team. The big thing is this. Now, heads can be down out there, and they can. There were very positives. I like the play of Red Parker. I'm with you. I think there were some positives on defense where we were actually penetrating and getting into the backfield. We were making some plays. We did make tackles. We didn't lose, as many as we did last week where we were having that initial contact and then losing. But we do have work to do, and that team down there and that coaching staff knows next week, and it's normally not this early in the year, but next week, Northeast rolls into town. First North Division opponent for us. Not only the first North Division opponent for us, but our rivals, as you say. Big game. It's going to be a big night in Fulton, Mississippi next Thursday night. Going to be a big crowd. Going to have 2 big bands here. This team has got a lot to do. They got to get ready, and they need to prepare and get ready for Northeast coming to town next Thursday.
It's a big game. It could turn our season around, no doubt about it. And it's the first division game at home against our rivals. I think we'll be ready, and I look forward to next Thursday night.
Of course, that game will come your way at 6:30. That'll be at Davis Ford. That's at 6:30, First American National Bank opening kick. Davis Ford pregame show will come your way at 6 p.m. Well, guys, you talked about it next week. Northeast coming to town. Again, one of these games you just got to put behind you. If you're ICC and now focus on the task at hand of taking care of the rivals, they're in a battle tonight with Pearl River. What do the Indians need to focus on this week to get ready for that game?
Well, again, we got to get over the injuries. we've got them. You know, whether the injuries, we just got to face that. So I think we've got to take what we've got and move forward, and that's progress. And continue to make those strides and those improvements. We've got to be physical on that side of the ball. I still go back to the yak, and I do talk about the yards after contact because I still think that that's important. Minimizing the turnovers and win the turnover battle on it, but not giving up. You know, we don't want to give up. We want to continue to fight, and I think it's working with our team here in this early period to help them grow with the plays that we have in our playbook, as well as on defense and offense, and help give them the courage and the motivation that they need to stay involved, Mr. Ingram, to stay motivated here to know what's happening next Thursday night. That's what they got to work on. A lot of it is just sheer attitude and keep making sure that's still good.
You're right, Brad, and I'll say this. We made some strides from last Thursday. Well, let's be honest. We played a good football team on the road. We did not play well, okay? We did not score. They really put it on us last week. This week, yes, we got beat, but we made some strides, not only offensively scoring 2 touchdowns, but defensively, and we are not giving up. We're hustling. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, doesn't matter what the score is. So build on that. 2 South Division games. We're coming into our North Division. Let's build on some positives. We've had these first 2 games, even though they're losses. And you have got to be ready next week. You're playing your rival at home against Northeast. You should be ready to play a good football game next Thursday night, Adam.
Mr. Jim, you hit on my point I was going to make next. Yeah, we gave up 37 points tonight, but we made the tackles in the backfield we weren't making last week. So we did show that sign of improvement. So if there's any positive to take away from that, a very young football team took a step forward tonight, even though in the 37-13 loss. Yeah,
most definitely. I agree with you. And you know, we're talking about the football team, and next week's big, but I still can't say enough about at the end of the night. Great night for football.
No doubt.
Today was. Great opening night at Etowamba. We all look forward to this night. And, you know, with all of the effort and the work that goes into a football game at home, not only with the work and the effort that you and Mr. Upton put in for the community tailgate, the president's tailgate, down there, to have that in the president's office, to pull that together with Tyler Kemp, but also the work that goes on behind the scenes, and it's these people that are still here, and the band did a phenomenal job, and it's just that exciting atmosphere. And I think that can play into next week as well. When your rivals roll into town and we have those special events going on, you got that loud band down here. We've got a stand full of fans here coming in. It can make for a special environment, and especially for Etowamba to come in and get their first win next week of the season against Northeast.
You're right, Brad. It could turn our season around. And what you need is a shot of confidence right now. You got a little bit of it scoring 13 points tonight, Adams, we talked about. But to get a win against your rival next week at home would be a big shot of confidence, which we definitely need. You mentioned everybody, what goes in effect for this to be a successful event. Kudos to President Allen and everybody that's behind this, getting this to work. What a great job. What a great night to be an ICC Indian. And you mentioned next week, not only the football teams, it'll be the Battle of the Bands next week.
That's right. It'll be a Battle of the Bands, and it's an event that come out and see it, folks. I mean, because at this stage of the game next week, what's going to be happening? We're going to have 2 bands still playing.
That's right. Yep.
Doesn't matter who wins on the field right now. You're going to have 2 bands still going back and forth, and it's an amazing thing. If you haven't seen it, come see it next Thursday night.
We would like to thank tonight's sponsors, Renaissance Bank, Davis Ford, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Little Caesars, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, Samstown Market in Manatee, ICC BSU, Itawamba County State Farm Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, Max Home. You've got Tommy Morgan Real Estate Agent Ricky Murphy, all proud to sponsor ICC Athletics here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM and Let's Go ICCTV.com, the Red Channel. Join us next week as your Indians will host Northeast with the First American National Bank opening kick scheduled for 6:30 with the Davis Ford pregame show coming your way at 6 p.m. For more information on ICC Athletics, be sure to visit letsgoicc.com and follow them on your favorite social media platform at Let's Go ICC. including Brad's favorite, we're now on TikTok.
Love it. Love it. I'm all over TikTok.
So for Dr. Brad Boggs, Jim Ingram, I'm Adam Gore saying so long from Fulton, where your ICC Indians fall to 0-2 on the season after a 37-13 loss to Gulf Coast. We'll see you next Thursday right back here on Super Talk Mississippi. ICC Northeast, if you can't make it, well, you want to make a way to find a way to get out here, but join us right back here next week. So long from Fulton. Have a blessed evening. And as always, Roll Tribe.
So when are you going to get me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle in the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
As the long summer days start to transition to fall, Itawamba Community College will come alive again for its 75th year. For the past 3/4 of a century, ICC, or IJC, has provided a service of quality education to North Mississippi, the region, and beyond. The very essence of ICC lies within the students, faculty, staff, administrators, and a vast number of alumni who refer to ICC as family or simply home. Starting on September 1st, we will begin a year-long celebration to honor the 75th year of the best community college in the state and beyond. We hope you will join us as we reflect on the great memories, friendships, lessons, and accomplishments that this institution has shared with us over its storied history.